Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night Stones Live. We've got the Win the Button tournament, 15K guarantee, 100 something dollar buy-in. Hang on. Let's see. The buy-in for the tournament was in $200, and 15K guarantee. We're at the final table. 9 players left. One of whom, well, actually, a few of them you'll recognize. But Valerie Cross made the final table, so that's pretty awesome. She had some booth run good. She was here on Wednesday night hosting the 5-5 game. I am joined by Kasey. Hello.
What's up? Hi, Brent.
Kasey Mills. Sorry, would you prefer Kasey Mills or just Kasey?
I prefer just Kasey. What do you prefer? Brent Harrington, Mr. Harrington, Dr. Harrington, Professor?
None of those. So it doesn't matter. Yes. So it's going to be exciting. What's up, Mario Lopez? How's it going? So we've got 9 players.
Very
9 of the
nice.
best. 125 players. A pretty solid turnout for the first tournament of the Stone Spring Classic, which is running from today with this final table to next week into Sunday evening. So next Sunday, all week, we're going to be here bringing you cash games, tournaments with some of the brightest and best. Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin, Lex Veldhouse. It's going to be a blast.
Very exciting time here at Stones, and you can already feel it in the energy of the room because the room is already really busy for a Friday. So,
shout out to Mr. Clever Fox. He's cool. Confirmed by Bulldozer.
Bulldozer, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, which of these things? We've got a whole week of stuff, right? Is there anyone that you're specifically excited about?
Well, since I thought I was commentating on Assassin's Bounty tonight, I think that the Assassin's Bounty is the one that I'm excited about because it's been in my head. I've been.
So you're all pumped. You're like, pumped. I want the bounty tournament. I didn't get it. You didn't get it. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. This is not a bounty tournament.
No, it's not.
This is the Win the Button tournament.
Well, I'll just win the Assassin's Bounty tournament then.
Right. Now you can play the Assassin's Bounty
exactly.
tournament. Okay, so
yes.
For you guys who haven't seen the Assassin's Bounty tournament in the past, it is a tournament with $100 bounties. That part is pretty standard bounty tournament, but you can use your bounties to buy more chips. The buy-in for that tournament is $300. It's got a 25K guarantee, and that's going to be Sunday at 10 a.m. Before we get to that, we have this final table, obviously, but tomorrow night is the Chip Amplifier with Kevin Martin. It's going to be here. And in the booth for the next 2 nights. He's going to be here all weekend and bringing you all of the, lovely smiles or whatever it is that, beyond that, I'm sure that Kevin Martin has going for him. But he definitely has a great smile. At the very least, tune in for that. So that's going to be exciting. If you guys missed it, Kevin Martin was on the new episode of the Poker News podcast, and that came out yesterday. And sorry. It's a trend, right? So Jonathan Little, before he came here, we had him on the podcast, and now Kevin Martin. So
very nice.
Trying to, what's that, synergy?
Yeah.
Synergy.
Very
It's not streamlined or something like that. But yeah, so we got everybody in the chat. Cody Moose, what's up, Yins? I still get a kick out of that. Lady Nomak.
Hey, girl.
Mr. Clever Fox. Chumney Rindagaga. My friend says, what's up? If you guys are just joining us, that's probably because you're following on Twitch or YouTube. But if you don't already do that, hit that up. Press the button. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Stones Live Poker. Or you can follow Kasey at, what was it? Poker Mama? A couple A's.
Something close to that.
Yeah.
I think it's scrolling through somewhere on here.
Oh, okay.
Possibly, maybe.
Maybe not. There's a lot of information flying. So what we got right now, top 9 players on a 30-minute delay, I believe, right? It says at Brent Harrington. There we go. So it says my Twitter is Poker Mama, which is actually going to give me a lot more followers.
They put both of us. We both
Except,
have the same.
No, you're going to get a lot
We're
more followers.
obviously shared.
Yeah, we have a mutual Twitter account, which neither of us knew about actually. But anyway, 15K guarantee. I do not have the exact payouts, but we're getting to them. They're scrolling across the bottom. First is going to be $5,700. Second, $3,500. Third, $2,444. let's see, and then 1,700, 1,200, 956. I feel like once we get below 1,000, like no one's that stoked, so we're gonna stop there. But all the players are at least guaranteed $489, which is double your money if you bought in for $200 and played one single bullet. So
yeah.
Here we go. Follow Brent at Professor Harrington. That's not it, but some professor is going to get a excellent phone. I'm going to move my head over a little bit because I feel like I'm chopping half of my face off with the camera. But yeah, so we've got a table. Squish Prince. We've got a table filled with players. They all have chips, and they're trying to win. So I don't know, like if you guys were tuning in before, we had all the people scrolling in, but I'm going to give you some chip counts. Well, at least the highlights. Valerie Cross is the chip leader with 315,000.
Go Valerie. Go Valerie. You're my girlfriend. I want you to win it.
Starting at 5,000, 10,000 with 1,080. So that's a lot of chips. And then she's ahead of, let's see, a couple players in the 200s, Craig and Jeff. And then, let's see, we got a few shorties, 24,000, 38,000. 97,000, so a handful of players that are under 100. So all kinds of chip stacks, and we'll see if V-Cross can put this through. But there's a few people. There's Jake, who's got 97,000. If you guys remember, Jake won. So was it last year or 2 years ago? I think they did a series of sit and goes on Stones Live Poker, and the winner of the final sit and go, right? You won it and you moved on. The winner of the final one actually got to go to the World Series and play the main event for the Stones buy-in, and that was Jake. Jake was that guy.
Oh, really? Very cool.
Yeah, not to be confused with Jake Rosensteel, our booth Jake. This is Table Jake. Well, I guess both of them play poker and both of them do pretty well, but yeah. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Thank you, ladies.
Kasey's looking amazing like always. Brent, looking forward to meeting you. You two are the best. Wow.
Aww.
High praise from Lady Nomuck. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're the best, lady. I can't wait to have you back in here on the stream. That was like the most fun.
Shout out to Chumney Rendagaga. Which is,
what's up, Chumney? And my princess. And Mr. Clever Fox. I love the name Mr. Clever Fox since the fox is my power animal.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude and a crusher. He was my friend though. We worked in Tulsa together.
Oh, bragging about your
yeah, we were making up
friends.
names for players and doing New Zealand accents all weekend. It was pretty great. All right, so after much of the BS, now we're here with the RES. Well, the real S.
The real deal is about to go down. We have a cart. Would it possibly?
Hey, Brent. Yeah, that's right. Trick to sing.
Thank you, Cody Moose.
One New Zealand accent right here.
What?
King, that's it. I'm trying different voices.
Ace Queen for
Jake. This is Jake. This is the guy who won the seat to the main event. Sporting some Stone stuff at the World Series. And yeah, despite popular belief, this has not been finished yet, my friend says, so we're not sure if Valerie Cross is going to take it down. But she got some chips.
See, too, Craig is also a familiar face. I've seen him at some other final tables, or at least one that I think I commentated on. Craig was at.
Craig. Yes, he definitely looks familiar. He's been playing some tournaments all around the area. Looks like he was thinking about it for a second. Valerie, oh no. Alton has less than 30,000 chips. I thought Valerie shoved for some reason, so Alton's going to fold and be left, dangerously short. He's got two bigs, a little bit more than two bigs.
Who has two bigs?
Alton, one big, one.
Oh wow,
one whole big.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so there's the stack sizes there.
Cody was looking, Kasey looking beautiful as always, awesome nails, and Brent's rocking the t-shirt. Yeah, that's right. You know what? T-shirts don't get enough play.
I was attempting to dress down tonight.
Yeah, you did well. Great job.
Yeah, no dress.
No, this is just sharp thing.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a dress.
Vinyl.
Nothing's, no sparkles except for my necklace.
It's all right. My whole goal is to dress down so that regardless of what Kasey wears, she looks amazing, and it's a thing we're doing, and it's working, obviously, according to the chat. So I'm just here to build everyone else up, guys. That's all I'm here to do.
And I'm here to allow him to build me up.
To be built up. To accept it. Yes. Yeah, if you guys want, so we're always putting up the archives from the YouTube. You can go back and check out the sit and go that Jake won to win his seat in the main event at the World Series of Poker. Stones is always doing really neat projects and different stuff like that. That is V-Cross from the booth! Yes. That is V-Cross from the booth. Kirk's raising to 24,000. 2.4x.
He's in the small blind, and it was folded around to him, so he's just
yeah,
battle
seems
the
pretty
blinds
standard.
here. Yeah.
And it looks like Jeff folded is ace-3. I think ace-3 is a defend.
I would
Can be a defend for
completely
2.5x, but let's see, where's
especially when it's been folded around to you and it's just
Jeff's
you.
also
The
got a
ace
lot
is
of
pretty
chips.
strong.
Jeff's also got 242,000 chips, so 24 bigs, is that right?
And he would have played the pot in position, so I think that definitely would be a dip in there for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes poker is about knowing, like, being comfortable. And if he's not comfortable defending with ace-3 and he's not comfortable raising, then maybe folding is a better option.
Yeah, and Kirk, I didn't see, what was the size Kirk raised?
It was 20, he made it 24,000.
Okay, so
and,
Kirk only has 111K behind him too, so if he's in for 24 already, he's putting a significant amount of his chip stack in and then looking at it if he continues on the flop. Also, just these players have been playing together all day. They probably have some good history as well with each other. So yeah, and he was beat too. He had ace-3 against ace-5.
He was beat. Great,
Yeah.
Sick read. Great read by Jeff in seat 1.
Your
The read of the night
was worse than his ace rack.
Read of the night. 9-8. I like this. Yano opening 9-8. Now, if I'm seeing this right, 5-10,000. So, yeah.
Are the blinds
so
right down?
24 bigs. Opening with 9-8 suited, 2.5x. Under the gun might be a light open, but
A 2.5x?
well, no, but opening 9-8 offsuit under the gun.
I
You
see.
have 24 bigs. You're
Oh, I
opening
see.
9-8 suited
Yeah.
under the gun. It's a
Offsuit, yeah.
light open. A light open.
I-
Marco calls behind, and Craig's gonna defend.
I like it more in cash games probably than tournament structure, especially if it was suited with like quite a bit more. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of saying, like in a tournament, you only have 24 bigs. Everybody is in this, like, you know, some people are below 10, but a lot of the group is between this like 20 and 30 big blind range. So, you know, your chips are counting a little bit more heavily than they have previously. Shout out to Mr. Smiley, welcome.
yeah, and
Good to
also
see ya.
like he has to, because he's in first position or early position. Well, actually, the blind one big blind did call. Early position, he likely is going to have to put in a C bet if he wants to even try to win the pot. But and now he's just hit a gutter here. Craig has top pair. It's not going anywhere. So he didn't even commit more of his chips. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Craig's going to raise. And there's no way Leon's going to continue. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, position, everything is left him in a place where he felt he needed to C-bet. I doubt he's going to call 45,000.
No, I think this hand's over. He might just Hollywood for a second so it doesn't look like he's as light as he is. But he is already wishing he had not played 8-9 in this spot. Hi, Mr. Smiley. Welcome, welcome.
All right, looks like Leon's going to let it go, and Craig's going to take down the pot. So Craig is now the chip leader with 350,000, thanks to that pot and a little bit more. V-Cross second place with 308,000, and we've got Alton with the short stack at the moment. But you know, you're never done till you're done.
That's right.
I'm just gonna say that as opposed to our other like popular phrases about how you're not out of the tournament yet. So we'll see. Anyway, like I said before, this is the kickoff event of the Stones Spring Classic. 250K in guarantees throughout all the tournaments. This tournament is responsible for about 15,000 of that, and with a 200 buy-in. So we got 30-minute levels here. Everybody started with 12,000 chips, and there were unlimited entries for the first 6 levels. So we got 125 players for the kickoff event, which is not bad for an event that started Friday at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be huge. We got the chip amplifier. This is the tournament where you can buy in. Every hour you buy in for more, you get more chips. So you're paying more, but you also get more chips. You basically, you know, usually if you late reg a tournament, you're getting the starting stack everybody else has. Here, you're actually getting more blinds. Looks like Leano's going to shove from the small blind with ace deuce. Marco's folding 6-3. So Leano's going to get some of his chips back from earlier. Cody Moose, yep, there you go. You said it. You said it, Cody.
One thing that we haven't really talked about too much is just like how the dynamics of the win the button are going to be.
That's true. I almost forgot that this is the win the button tournament. That's funny. So shoving the small blind is like more of an incentive because now you're. Well, he was going to be the button anyway. So.
Yeah.
Or in theory, like if you're the small blind, you were going to be the button anyway. Yeah, like no one's ever getting a walk in the win the button tournament, are they? I'd be curious to see that if there's ever a walk in this. You know, because you balance against. I don't want to get myself into trouble, but at the same time, do you really want to give someone a walk?
I think you definitely don't want to be giving walks. You're going to see most players are definitely in a battle, but you know, there's certain players that we know are extremely tight that would play that way, but I just think this format really lends to the button and the blind really battling hard, because even light, and not as much in the tournament format, but still to quite a big degree, because you can't keep playing those blinds every hand.
Right,
so
you have to fight back.
Incentivized to really battle, despite what your holding is, just to keep that button.
I pulled out these headphones and I didn't actually plug them in.
Being in there.
That's how great. Anyway, Craig's got ace queen offsuit. It looks like he's gonna 3-bet. He does. It's actually sort of a rough spot for Leano, just because Craig is winning a lot of hands, so he's playing a lot from the small blind, which might be. I got a walk while playing the tournament today. So Pocket Abe's in the YouTube chat says he's got a walk today. I feel like you may have gotten one of the few.
Yeah. Probably not. Comment.
And a nice, easy laydown for Valerie. Raise and a re-raise. She's got ace jack. Offsuit, she folds, and Kurt folds as well. So Craig's gonna get the chip lead and the button. Now he's the only one over 300. He's almost got 400. So he's cruising. He's V, the last woman standing. Yes, I believe so. Bless you.
Thank you.
That's right. This is the kickoff event for the Stones Classic. 250K in guarantees with Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin, and Lex Veldhouse all coming here to Stones and going to be in the booth playing all over the place. If you're in the area, it's a great time to come down. The tournaments are going to be awesome. Tomorrow night we have the Chip Amplifier and the Assassin's Bounty. Monday the Mix Max. And then just tons of satellites for the main event while we're playing some cash games with some of the biggest names in streaming and in YouTube vlogging, even though Andrew's going to make his way into the streaming world soon enough. So, very exciting.
Yes.
I think we've got at least one night, the Vloggers game, where Kasey and Andrew Nemi Well, the Vloggers game Andy's going to be playing. The night before that is a 1-3 where I think it's Kasey and Andrew Meany in the booth for some cash, some sweet cash games, and should be fun. Excited.
Yeah, I am very excited about that. I'm gonna try to play it cool and not like be super like nerding out and like fanning out a little bit, but I'm just gonna like act like it's no big deal, you know.
Play it cool.
I'm gonna play it cool. Inside, I'm gonna
freaking out.
Yeah.
Craig's doing his best to keep the button here. Jeff opens 10-9 suited from the cutoff. He calls on the button ace jack offsuit. Marco's going to defend the big blind king jack. And yeah, this is an interesting flop. Jeff is unafraid. Going to see bet this flop. Craig looks unconvinced. It's a tough flop to see bet. Like, what did you open a pair? I guess an overpair. Maybe ace king. So ace jack is gonna go away. King
yeah,
jack.
You're only saying I already had a pair basically for this.
Yeah, like the worst hand you might see bet that board with is ace king, right?
Right.
And that beats ace jack. So I said right. I like how much like yeah, right.
Of course.
Just tell me what I want to hear, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is the $200 buy-in, 15K guarantee, win the button tournament. Pretty sure this is the third installment of the win the button tournament here at Stones. And as I was thinking about this earlier today, I was wondering, we don't have the big blind ante, but a win the button tournament with the big blind ante would be pretty brutal. A pretty brutal way to introduce the big blind ante to your tournament room. By the way, we're going to play this with the big blind ante and the win the button. So, yeah, Super Mario says C2. My buddy Craig ships it. All right. So we've got some people making predictions. Craig's looking pretty solid so far, getting some good hands, and also being the button for 3 of the 4 hands. Oh, whoa! What happened to Kasey?
What are you talking about?
Where did Kasey go? It's the Clark Kent glasses type thing. Like, oh, geez.
Those Lois Lane wear glasses.
Sure, but the whole idea was it's a joke, right? Like, if you put the glasses on and you're Superman, no one can tell you're Superman, even though all you do is put the glasses on. Right? There's no difference in the way you look, but other than the glasses.
Right, but now no one recognizes me.
So, yeah, we have a new host in the booth.
We should come up with a new name.
It's actually Kasey with a C.
Now it's with a C, yeah. And now no one knows who I am. August 7th for Jeff.
I like it. I was at Jeff's table. He was running like God. Well, that's tournament poker is a good time to run like God.
Raises it to 24K. He's on the button. So let's see what these blinds decide to do. Again, we were talking about how they're really incentivized to battle against the blind, especially when it's been folded around. I mean, the button, especially when it's been folded around to the button. But they let it go, and the button will remain the same. They will continue to pay those blinds.
Yeah, Alton's in rough shape. Just less than a big blind. He's got 9,000 chips. The big blind right now is 10,000. And yeah, so he's going to need some luck. He's also getting whittled down by the ante every hand.
Yep. What is the ante right now? Oh, ante's 1K.
He has had the luxury of no one in his vicinity winning a hand, so he hasn't had to pay the blinds in a while. So you can get a little bit shorter in this game if the players at opposite ends of the table are more aggressive.
Absolutely, yeah. Aggression does help in this format. So Marco raises to 29K, which is just barely under a 3x bet. And when we're talking about our 3x and what that actually means for anybody who may be new, poker, that just means how many times is it over the big blind. So the big blind's 10K, so 10 times 3 is 30, so 30K would be a 3x bet. So he did just below that at 29K. And we've got pocket kings for Kirk. He's deciding exactly like if he wants to just shove or call or how he wants to play it. He decides to go all in because of he's kind of at he doesn't have a huge chip stack. And so, yeah, he 3-bets all in to 98K. Now, this is a pretty easy fold, I would think, for Marco. Or, well, let's see, how much does he have behind him?
He has less.
Oh, he has only 91K behind him, so he's already got quite a bit of his money in there. But you hate it with the ace-10, right? Because you're so often up against a bigger ace or already a big main pair.
This is the kind of situation where maybe with so many chips... Well, no, sorry, he has 91. He's not covered, but if he calls this, he'll have, like, what? 40K, 30K left, so
yeah,
it's not going to be pretty if he calls this. Which is another reason why, if you're going to open this, maybe either don't open this or shove, maybe. And then at the very, I mean, you're going to run into kings, unfortunately, but that's like results oriented. This re-raise here could be a lot of hands. It's typically going to be like so many hands that beat you, and maybe one or two lower pairs that you're flipping against.
Right, and it's exactly. Most of the time you're going to be like this, about 75-25, and occasionally you'd be a flip where you'd still be an underdog because they would most likely already have a main pair. But I agree with you, you know, maybe Marco's been really card dead, and you know, if you've been really card dead and ace-10 just suddenly looks like ace-king or a big pair, and that's why he chose to open with it from such early position. But probably not the best spot with the stack sizing, because what are you going to do when you come to that type of spot? You know, from a later position, I think it would have been better when it's already been folded around to you.
I think maybe people are opening up their early position raises just to try to get the button.
Right.
If they think some of these shorter stacks are going to be easy to get a lot of raises through. I mean, his raise is going to cover Alton with no risk. And there's a couple shorter stacks out there, so super Android likes Poker News Podcast, great interview. Hey, thanks, Pocket Apes. Glad you liked it. If you guys haven't checked that out, that's on pokernews.com. Kevin Martin is going to be here Saturday and Sunday, and then I was trying to convince him to stay and play the main. I don't know that that's 100% locked in yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
I need to go back I want to go back and watch that now for sure. What kind of stuff do you ask them?
We talked a lot about Big Brother.
Oh, really?
And then a lot about, running up Reno, because he was out there for that, and all kinds. It's fun.
I'm actually a pretty big Big Brother fan.
Oh, well, then you probably really would enjoy it. He won Big Brother Canada. You know that, though.
Yes.
If you're a Big Brother fan, I'm not telling you anything you didn't know already.
Yeah, I didn't watch his season. I have watched a couple of Big Brother Canada seasons, but I have a good friend who was on the Big Brother in America, the U.S. version, a couple of times.
Oh, a couple of times.
Because they brought her back as a coach.
Ooh. Oh, coach.
They brought, she was like America's favorite player, and they brought her back as a coach and stuff.
And you're friends with America's favorite player. Get out of town.
If I said her name, everyone would just die. But
oh my God!
No,
but if she's America's favorite player, doesn't everybody already know her name?
She's been trying to get me to go out for that show. She thinks that
do it.
I would be really good for it, but I should have auditioned this year, but I didn't. So maybe next year.
Chumney auditioned for Big Brother for several seasons, but they wouldn't let me on because Julie Chen couldn't say my name. Julie Chen's a professional journalist, and if she's struggling with your name, then you're in a tough spot. The Pocket Ape says, I opened up my early position range to try to get the button, and that's why I'm watching the stream. Shout out to Busting Tournaments. Yay. Leono is shoving from the small blind here over a button open with ace-4. Very aggressive. I like the aggression.
Yeah, and we actually saw Ace 10 fold here. I didn't see exactly who it was that had Ace 10, but somebody didn't want to.
Craig can't make this call for a lot of reasons, mostly because, well, there's no real incentive for you to make this call either. If the player to your left is getting the button, you're not paying the blinds, and you still have a pretty good position, just not the button, right? On top of that, you're calling off with Queen 3 against one of the bigger stacks that is left in the tournament would just be like, I mean, I know that he wasn't even considering it. He was probably thinking through a couple other things, but the idea that it's like, you can open that hand, sure,
right.
But just toss it. Get rid of it.
You're always wondering, is somebody making a move just because I have the button and that sort of thing? I think that was a good shove. What do you think? You could have accomplished the same thing with just like
but like what amount do you 3-bet and maybe shoving is maybe too aggressive, but you know, if you 3-bet and you get called, you're not loving life. If you 3-bet and get 4-bet, you're not loving life. So
I'm just thinking like, you know, if
you also don't want to bet so much though. Like so he makes it like 30,000 or 25,000, and you make it 75 or something around there, and that's half your stack. Close, because you only have 220, right? So it's close to half your stack. It's a third of your stack.
Yeah, I'm questioning the shove. I mean, it got the job done, but are you definitely wanting to put your tournament life in with the Ace 3 there in that spot? Maybe when a decent sized bet could accomplish the same thing and still leave you some options to get out of it if somebody is. And how aggressive are these players? Are they really going to be coming over the top of you light?
No, true, but if you make it 75, you almost can't fold, right? If you make it 75,000, which is a standard like 3-bets, like 3x, whatever the person bet, would that be so much with the only 220 total? So now you have 150 behind. Are you betting too much of your stack to where you almost have to call off regardless? It's close, I think. So the shove is maybe just trying to get rid of the second guessing. He's already shown that he's like pretty aggressive. He shoved a few times from the small blind with a ace rag kind of deal going on. And then, all right, looks like Alton's finally all in here.
What's up, Asmati? The button business is going. We're having some battles between the button and the blinds. So should be interesting.
Alton is the big blind, but he does not have enough for the whole big blind. So I've seen this kind of funny scenario play out before where if people aren't really paying attention, they might like fold or muck their hand, even though like he's in for basically the small blind.
Right.
Or just slightly more than the small blind. Valerie's not the kind of person that isn't going to be aware of that, but paying attention to what's going on. And usually that stuff happens earlier in the tournament, but Leano's going to make it 30,000. Oh, I could see Valerie playing this pretty strong. Keep in mind, too, that everybody at this tournament, the chip leader has 35 bigs, right?
Right. It's pretty shallow.
And that's with some like huge, some small stacks. So Valerie's getting a count. Looks like 120, 150 or so for Leano after this raise. Not sure how much he's like fiddling with there, shuffling some shit. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shove here. This is a very quick tournament. If Valerie thinks Leano's been fairly aggressive with a lot of hands less than that, it looks like she's going for it. Yep. And then it should be an easy fold. Yeah, boom.
Yep.
Like nice. Clockwork.
Very nice work, Valerie.
Now you just have to win the hand. But at this point, she's getting a free 30.
Yeah.
Not a 30. It's like 24. But she's getting free money with no risk, and she was already in for basically what she was going to be paying Alton if she loses this hand anyway.
Yeah.
Queen on the flop. Alton
2-1. So
has some life here.
Oh man, yeah. Now she's not 2-1.
Yeah. She's in a bad spot. One of the looks like only one ace. Oh no, ace on the turn. Boom. There you go. So Valerie knocks out Alton. He's going to be our 9th place finisher and take home $489. Hey, what's up, Seattle Moss, Pyro Shen,
Mr. Moss.
couple of people showing up in the chat. So Valerie gets our first knockout. It is not a knockout tournament, so in Kasey's mind, Valerie just got $100.
Like on my social media too, I'm like, I'm commentating on the Assassin's Bounty tournament tonight. Bang bang. I didn't do the bang bang, but I did put that I was commentating on Assassin's Bounty. My bad. It's win the button. All good stuff. I'll be playing in the Assassin's Bounty.
Oh, Seattle Moss, I'm going to have to count on you for Golden Knights updates. Tonight may be planned perfectly so that the game is not in my view. Thanks so much, Stones. TV's all over the place.
But
I don't see the Knights
us.
on there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think that game starts at 7. Oh, it's already 7:30. All right, your boy. Yeah, I hope they win this series because I want to be down in Vegas for when they're still in the playoffs and catch a game. Actually, a friend of mine, a guy I went to high school with, sang the national anthem at the first game and then showed up on NHL.com and everything. He was super stoked.
Nice.
Yeah. He's a much better singer than I was or am, but yeah, pretty awesome.
Ace Queen for 9 curves. He raises it up to 24K. Where are we at? No clock. Okay, so about 4 minutes left at this blind level before the blinds are going to go up again. 9 for V cross. She's on the button. She decides to put me down.
It's close. I think maybe she has King 10. King 10 or above, she might call on the button there. Oh, Carnell's saying it again tonight. Yeah, that's my homie. We go way, way back. I think he was actually the stepson of my choir teacher's really good friend. And he was like a year or two behind me in school. It's awesome. Oh, Kasey needs a Red Bull. Where's Justin Kelly? He played server on Monday night. But I don't think he's actually in the building tonight. So if he's in the chat, bring a Red Bull down.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free Red Bull. I believe they cost money. You're trying to get a free sugar-free Red Bull? Is that what you're trying to do?
I mean,
you're trying to work the system
offering
to your favor. We have money.
I can actually
we can pay
get
for
my
it.
own. I can actually get my own Red Bull.
We got a new desk, so there's I don't know if you guys can tell by the stature that we're presenting here, but now that the desk is in the booth, it's fancy AF, and I'm gonna wear a tie from now on. No, I don't know actually, Pyroshen. Sometimes Red Bull is the thing that people charge for. I don't actually know because I don't drink Red Bull, so I don't know what Stone's policy on buying Red Bull is. Let's see, Marco's got jacks. He's never going to fold. We'll see if Craig gets a hint or something that maybe Marco is weak, but Marco raises 45,000 with 72K behind, and Ace-10, when you're only at, Ace-10 is borderline, I think. Do you think? Or do you think it's...
From the big blind, you don't want to take the big blind again. Really, really don't. I mean, I think...
Well, you're not, though. You wouldn't be, right?
Oh.
Because Marco would be the one that wins the hand.
He's got +1. Okay, yeah, so you're not...
So he's going to defend, but not re-raise. Oh, wow.
Wow. What a
and
flop.
now, if there was ever a flop
really
that you're going to get...
Oh, man.
all in snap call.
We should be losing our first player shortly, and it should be
Well,
Marco.
like
It's gonna be
2
very
jacks in a
unlikely.
row is literally the only thing that's going to help him.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, that's not true. A jack, a single jack, will win.
Right.
Win the hand.
Because he'll have a bow, yeah. So he's got one more pull of this deck to try to hit one of those last 2 jacks. Can the jack of hearts come through for him?
Why is it gotta be the jack of hearts? Oh!
Because I think a jack should have hearts.
Okay.
I don't know.
Got it. No, that's fine. I'm just curious. All right, so we lose 2 players pretty quick. Marco is gonna go home in 8th place, and he will take. It's gonna scroll by. I know that 9th place is 489, so I think 8th place is somewhere around 600 bucks.
Says Kasey, that second player. What is he talking about?
I'm not sure. That's 2nd player.
Oh, second player to be knocked out?
That's right. 2nd player to be knocked out. 1 BB. Ouch. Yeah, that's true. 1 BB is pretty rough spot to be in, but you never know. You never, ever know.
So who did
Marco's out in 8th place. I said roughly about $600. It's $574. Marco's going to take that home. So now every player is playing for at least $744. Top 5, 7 players. Hey, shout out to Brent Collison. I always thought it was like Collison, the guy who played for Kansas. What's going on? Yeah, that's right. Valerie Cross among the players left.
She is my pick to win for sure.
Oh, wow. Your pick to win, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with...
Valerie.
Probably... No, Craig. I'm going to be... I want... Like, my heart wants Valerie to win, even though I'm supposed to be completely unbiased. No, but I have to, have to approach it as a professional.
So as a professional, you think that Craig has a better chance?
He's got more chips. Yes. I think Craig has a good chip. I wouldn't be surprised if Craig
has more skill, though?
I don't know. Does he? Maybe he does. I don't know. We'll see. Kirk's going to make it 24 with jacks. Valerie calls, defends with king 7 of hearts, 2 hearts on the flop. Valerie's got to enjoy that flop. 1-0 knights. All right. Pretty exciting. Go Seattle Moss a little slow. No. Does the chip command work in tourney? I don't think so. So Valerie started the chip leader, or as the chip leader with 300,000. Craig was approaching 400,000 there for a minute, and unsure where exactly he's at now. Valerie might.
Just gonna put her to the test. With
and it's the.
Oh.
She's got double that bet. It seems like a big bet. But in a quick tournament, maybe Valerie wants to gamble.
I've got one overcard here. I've got the flush draw. Unless he has an overcard to the board, then I should be pretty good here.
I honestly think she's going to fold. I think she's going to find it. Kirk made the bet to get that result for sure. If you bet some other amount, and maybe you get yourself into trouble.
I think if she had 2 overcards to the board, maybe like she had a better king.
Yeah,
possibly.
agreed.
Yeah.
This is king queen suited. She's probably calling. If it's king 10 suited, maybe she's calling. But king 7 is going to be rough. Because you've got to assume your 7 is dead, right?
Yeah.
So the only good thing about the 7 is maybe some backdoor straight outs. 2-9 spot is a bit much with a draw, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. I think it's, she probably wants to call. Anytime you can gain 140,000 chips, you want to, especially in a spot here where we're blowing through 30 minutes levels with the average stack currently was let's see, what's the average stack right now? 214,000 at 612. So the blinds went up. We're at 612, but still, that's less than 20 big blinds. Average. Am I
Five
doing that
Blossom
math?
says 6 on the turn, 8 river. Let's go. Give her a straight.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, there you go. Then backdoor straight outs are as friendly as they are cruel.
Let me get a Red Bull. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good.
Anybody out there need anything? I'm gonna go get a Red Bull. Yeah. What? No? You're good? Okay.
It's a sugar-free Red Bull.
Sugar-free Red Bull.
And Red Bull is disgusting, so don't get too excited. Oh, Chumney Randagaga wants a Red Bull.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay. Give him an extra one.
She'll bring 2. Oh, 3 people. All right. Yeah, so what's up, guys? Glad you are joining us on Friday night. It's the kickoff event of the Stones Spring Classic, 250,000 in guarantees, and tons of huge stars from the world of Twitch and YouTube coming to Stones to be in the booth, play some poker. Just general fun times here just outside of Sacramento. If you've never been to Stones, now's the time. Now is the time. I know a few of the people from Run It Up Arena are going to make it out here. Obviously, Jason Somerville is coming. We're going to bring some of the Run It Up crew. And, yeah, so Craig's got about 500,000 chips. There we go. There's a picture of all the amazing people that are going to join us. Lex and Jason are going to do their first ever stream together here from Stones. Pretty awesome. So tomorrow night, speaking of our first stream together, this is going to be my first time in the booth with Kevin Martin. Tomorrow night, chip amplifier, $120 buy-in will get you in the door for the first hour and give you 10K chips. Every hour it's going to go up a little bit. $220 for 20K, $350 for 35K, or $550 for 60K right before Reg closes. That's every hour the buy-in is going to go up. So if you want to try to get in there for that small amount, get a piece of this 45K guarantee for $120. Show up at 10 a.m. bright and early tomorrow, and that's going to be streamed tomorrow night. As are all the final tables from this tournament, the Assassin's Bounty, the classic mix mix. The classic mix mix. That's right. It's classic.
And it's a mix.
Yeah. Hey, mix mix. What do you, Red Bull. There's all kinds of drinks going on here.
Yes. Like Poker Mama amplifier is on its way.
Do you have any tips for tournament play? Yeah, just shove all the time. Just kidding. I mean, I think the general overall thing for pretty much all poker is be patient.
Pick your spots.
This is so cool. I'm out in Indiana watching my dad, Mike Bozzies, play poker.
That's so cool.
Mike. Yeah, he's
Shout
still
out,
hanging in
Mike
there.
got a fan in the chat.
That's awesome, Kasey. Thanks for joining us. We're getting some fans, some specific fans, some rooting sections are carving themselves out in the chat. Mike is all in under the gun for 14,000 with 7-8 suited, and you're playing 4 ways. You showed up just in time, Kasey, to see Mike all in with the chance to get a pretty good pot if this 8-7 can connect with the board, but there's a lot going on. He's got to dodge. 3 deuce king is not going to get it done. Miano has the closest with a gut shot straight draw here. Yeah.
This is anybody's ball game right now. Nobody has a pair yet.
Although Mike is probably in the worst condition just because there's no diamonds, no hope. I mean, at this point,
an 8 only.
An 8 will get him the win, but it can't be the 8 of hearts. So it's in rough shape, but not impossible.
Ace cross with the open-ended straight draw decides to put a bet in.
Yeah, if nobody else is gonna bet, why not?
Yeah, and nobody even has a pair, but Kirk has the nut flush draw, so he's gonna find a call.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go away for too cheap, if at all.
That Red Bull just gave me wings. Oh my gosh. I can't
Good
believe
thing
I just
there's no
said that.
booth.
God,
you
that
get
was
paid?
so
Is that
bad.
just like promotional placement, product placement here
That
on
was
Stone?
terrible.
How much did Red Bull pay you to do that?
Nothing.
You're like,
even
oh,
worse.
I need to leave the
just like-
booth to get a Red Bull.
I'm just like showing
Go get
how
some
bad
wings.
like I've been brainwashed. I'm just
Yeah.
showing my own level.
It's an
of
8.
propaganda.
An 8 on the river.
What?
Kasey, the
No.
miracle 8 on the river.
Cassie, you brought your dad luck, and he just
That's
hit
incredible.
a 3 outer on the river. To
The only
win.
card. There's no way Mike thought he was going to win this
It
hand.
was a 2 outer.
But there's no way Mike thought he was going to
Yeah.
win this hand.
Two
It
outs.
had to be a black 8 because he had the 8 of diamonds. It had to be a black 8, and it was.
That is some run good right there.
Now he's got
Love it.
7 big blinds, which is more than less than 1 big blind.
Yes, very
A lot more.
good. Hey, baby. Yes.
Yeah, so I know Cassie, I'm assuming Cassie's first timer. If you're a first timer like Cassie, go fire the YouTube subscribe button or the Twitch follow button so you can check it out. And hopefully, I'm assuming Mike is going to play some more tournaments here. Hopefully he makes another final table. We'll see. We've got a whole big weekend of tournaments coming up, taking us all the way through Monday night. And then the main event next weekend. So lots of money to be made. Yeah, no hard yet. That's right. Sunday, V Cross. Hopefully she'll turn this win into a booth appearance Sunday night with Kevin Martin. That's right, a full weekend of Kevin Martin. And the Assassin's Bounty tournament, which I think is going to be the tournament. Cassie's already calling her shot. Kasey, excuse me. Casey's already calling her shot, saying she's going to win. She's going to win it.
Yep.
Did you just see the Shaq thing?
Is that the Shaq thing?
I don't know. There's like a video of Shaq doing this. I can't even. It's really weird. I can't do it because I'm like,
Am I doing it?
I don't know. Are you doing it?
Am I?
Maybe.
Wait, you have to do a head bob?
No, I
Wait,
mean, it's
wait.
just like I'm just trying to get the momentum.
Wait,
So
you
the
like,
head just goes.
is it with the head too?
Yeah. That's right. You guys tune in for some sweet shoulder shaking tips as well. Anyway, back to Lady Nomak was asking about tournament. Yeah, no more Red Bull to the booth. That's true.
How many
True.
ways can we shake?
Wow, you guys have this is legitimately night and day. Pre-Red Bull Kasey is just like, I'm here, I'm chill, we're having a good
I
time.
was tired.
Post-Red Bull Kasey is like, we're gonna light this place on fire.
I was grinding late
Jake's,
night.
no, I know, it's just funny. I never
Super
thought
late.
Red Bull had that much in it. But you're just like, bam, instant.
Yes. Insta-fletta.
Jake shoves 87,000 all in. Valerie is raised already to about 30. It's 58 to call. I think she's going to call. She's getting 3 to 1. She's got live cards. It's not a huge part of her stack. I don't know. Maybe this is so tight. The difference between these stacks and these blinds are so big, getting bigger, and you kind of got to play it in a tournament style or turbo.
What is
style.
running through her head right now?
Probably all those things. Am I live? This is such a big chunk of my stack. 50K more leaves her at like 160, right? 170, with only about 10 bigs. So I mean, maybe she's what just happened?
I just got like, what do you mean?
You just did something and you're just like, I'm uber focused.
I was listening and focused, but I was also thinking about how it just got really cold in here all of a
Oh,
sudden.
I was gonna say, I thought you did like a squirrel thing. Like,
I know,
you're
I'm
just like,
always
oh, super,
scrolling.
oh, hey, bright lights.
Every second there's a new squirrel it is the life of Kasey. But yeah, it is a little bit chilly. Are you cold? Just your t-shirt? Because I'm wearing a jacket. and it's cold.
No, not really. I mean, maybe I would be cold a few hours down the line, but currently I'm fine.
Alright.
Good thing the cool part about tournaments is we get a break. Which is, fun for us, not so much for you guys, but you know what? The players need a break. Craig's gonna open with King Queen offsuit.
Somebody's gonna get a break.
I know, right? Not you. You gotta carry us through.
Oh, lady,
The
we
Red
wish
Bull's
you were
gotta
here.
Kasey, on a
Yes.
scale of 1 to 10, what's your favorite color? What a question.
Green. by far my favorite color. It cannot be beat by any other color.
It can't be beat.
It's also my birthstone. The color of my gem is also green. So what is my birthstone?
Emerald?
And if it is an emerald, then what month was I born?
I have no idea. August? I don't know. What?
May.
Oh, I know
emerald.
July is a ruby. That's what I know.
Seattle Moss knows.
Yeah.
Because he knows these things.
Ah, there you go.
But, Seattle Moss, we do not share the same sign. You're a Taurus, you're the bull. I, however, being at the end of the month, am a crazy Gemini.
Crazy Gemini.
Well, you know that song,
Do I?
right?
No, I don't believe
Anyway.
so. I don't believe I know that song. Crazy Gemini. Is it like Crazy Gemini?
No.
Crazy for being a Gemini. No, that's not it? That's not how it goes?
No.
Okay.
Not exactly.
I was incorrect. I don't know that song then. Sorry. Kirk! The Great Hand. Well, I mean, it's not a... You don't love it, but you don't hate it. Jack Juice, much worse.
10-4 off. Loving it. 5-4 off.
Yeah.
Look
For
at
a
that
second, looked
stack for
completely
Greg.
unamused. He's got about 100, well, it says 136. I'm seeing, oh, okay, there's 50
And the
there.
button
Yeah,
just
136.
It got folded around with all those chips.
And Val got to walk. We were just talking
I
about
was
this.
just about to say, Craig, just look at his chip stack.
Yeah, a
It was
lot of the
folded
chips.
around to him, and he just straight folded on the button. I'm surprised to see that him not try to, you know,
Yeah,
power
big chunk
play it
of the
around.
chips, yeah.
Like, let's put a little pressure here. But, you know, he does have Valerie. He is unfortunate to have Valerie, such a strong player, to always be the one in his big blind because she will battle him. You know, she's going to know when it's the right time, and she will make correct play as far as that goes and not be folding too light. It's against him.
There's a lot of people at Stones tonight, guys. I don't know.
Stones is
I'm gonna
popping.
just pretend I turn the camera around and you see just like a who's who of Sacramento poker players having like the greatest time, and maybe like 5 people who aren't. But that's fine because those guys just lost a pot. They're gonna be having a great time in like 5 minutes when they win the pot, or get like, you know, some great Stones pizza, or, you know, a lovely bottle of wine or something from the kitchen.
King 9 for Craig raises to 28K. He's got 482K as his current chip stack right now.
I think he's going to win this hand. 4-3 in the big blind would be a very loose defend, especially with
Against
only
such a big-
124.
Yeah, such a big stack that Craig has.
He crosses in my favorite seat at the table, perfect view of the flop and all the players. Pyroshen, seat 5 is not a bad seat, for sure.
I don't like seat 5.
Really? What's your favorite
No,
seat?
I like to be more on the end cap, so I prefer like 3 or 2, 3, 7, 8.
Okay. What about you guys in the chat? 2, 3, 7, 8. I like 5. I actually am a fan of 5. I don't hate 1 and 9, to be honest. The only time I hate those is like,
I do hate 1.
yeah, I got really used to the sitting in the 1, so, you know, I just kind of put my leg against that cash box that we've all bashed our knee into and bloodied our knees playing poker. Yeah. But the seat itself is the one seat where you kind of get to dictate how much room you get. End caps are too far for me. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Stones agrees with me on something.
Yeah, this is it, the one thing. That's Sammy's Pizza. Oh, excuse me. The restaurant is called Sammy's.
That
The establishment is called Stones. Or whatever. I actually don't really know the difference. Sammy's is the restaurant. But it is the one that provides the food to Stones.
They do provide the food. I just did a 3-day juicing fast because I'd been going a little bit off the rails lately. And so, actually brought one of my juices with me tonight.
Totally juiced.
Totally raw,
Right.
organic,
We're gonna
cold pressed juice.
test for PEDs later
Well, we
because
have a
Kasey
hand,
is
so-
juicing.
Yeah, but I did 3 days of juicing, my juice fast, and I was grinding, and then after my juice fast was over, I headed straight to Stone's to eat eat my first meal, and I got that pear and arugula pizza and the Brussels sprouts.
Ooh.
It was so good.
That does sound good.
Like, how quickly can I undo this 3-day juice fast with some pear and arugula pizza? But it was worth it. Okay, so ace king and he goes all in. He's going to take it down. Craig does not defend with the jack 10.
Yeah. Again, I think if the player on your left is going to win a hand, you don't need to get too out of line because you're not going to be in the blind. I think the most important part about winning the button in this tournament is probably just trying to avoid the blinds. And what is happening?
It's the Red Bull.
All right, I'm just going to do the rest of the thing like this. You know,
would you guys like to take bets on whether or not I can actually do this?
All right. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it didn't last for very long. So sorry. Such a shame. Mopry, what's up? Pocket Abe says C5. You can see your opponent's cards best from that seat.
It's
pretty great.
Mono, it's bubbled out, not my balancing skills.
Right. Exactly.
You guys don't forget to hit subscribe. If you guys are just joining us, you will get notified whenever we go live. We have a really big month of streams, tournaments, big names coming in. You wouldn't want to miss a lot of great action. So subscribe and like. We'll let you know whenever we go live. You won't miss it.
Somebody please like us.
Like me, please.
Please. It means so much.
What Bryce says, I need my wine hat. That was epic.
Craig rocks ace queen on the cutoff.
Brent wasn't in the booth with me, so he doesn't know about my.
I've seen the wine hat. They gave it to Wina the other day, Monday night.
Who's Wina?
Kayla. She was in the booth. She's from Live at the Bike. She came to visit.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh.
We did a bit of an exchange program
Very cool.
for one night, except nobody's gone down there. So, yeah, it was a good time. She was here in town. She came in, they gave her the wine hat. She had actual wine, all kind. It was a party.
I have to go back and check that stream out.
That was Monday night. We chose Jake to sacrifice.
Choose Jake to sacrifice.
Oh,
I see.
bad news for Mike, at least in terms of the instant reaction of the cards. Ace 7 up against Ace Queen. Let's see if Casey's YouTube chat run good can show up again. Let's wait to the river. If we're going to put a 7 out, just put it on the river. Just dodge everything else, put it on the river. So far, not a great flop for Ace 7 against Ace Queen, because now King is going to be pretty bad. So you need a 7.
7 on the river.
And you need not a King. But you need a 7. But you also need not a King.
That is not a King.
9 ball.
So far, oh, there you go, 9.
9 ball.
9 or 7. Mike's coming for it. 9 or 7.
7 of hearts.
Whoa,
Oh, 5. So close, but it didn't happen.
And
We do lose Mike. It was great having you. Thank you for playing in our tournament. You did awesome. Love to see it. Why
I like
are
it.
you
No,
laughing
that's
at
awesome.
me?
That's the first time anyone's ever sent somebody away. Thank you very much, Mike. Thanks for coming. We'll call you. Don't call us. You just busted the tournament in 7th place, $744. And now the next pay jump, $956. Everybody's guaranteed almost 1,000. Good run, Mike. No, I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny in like a cute way, not in a bad way.
He's gonna have some Benjamins to wipe his tears and dry his.
Oh, that's true. 9 would have been a loss too. Good call. He was calling for a 9. I don't think he realized that while he would have made a straight, Craig would have made a higher straight. Thanks for catching that. Brandon Adams, my favorite seat is to the left of Poker Mama. Whoa.
That is a friend. That is a good friend of mine. Back home, what is up?
I thought it was the Canadian singer.
For aces,
Summer of
Brandon
69.
Adams.
No.
He's a bad A. Like, bad A poker player. Awesome, all around awesome dude. From the hometown.
Good dude. Crusher.
The 918 is showing up in the chat. Love it.
That's right, the 918, everyone.
The 918.
What's your area code? Tell us.
Playing some poker tonight, Brandon?
Leave it at
Where are you
that.
hitting up? Are you going to go to River Spirit? Going to do Hard Rock? How's it going tonight?
Leano shoving it all in. Harrington from the 416. Represent the 6. All right. I mean, there's a lot of area codes that end with a 6. I wonder if they use that same phrase. Leano's got 9-8 offsuit. Watt says he played for 5 hours a day, won $38 for an hourly of $7, which was like minimum wage in 1999.
But was it fun? Where were you playing, Watt Bride? And did they provide you free drinks? Because then you have to up your hourly for the amount of beverages that you were allowed to have for free.
Did you get a massage?
Yeah.
Seattle Moss is from 4 area codes, or at least, oh wait, so 220, then popped into Vegas for a little bit. 206,
Vocal
661.
Terror. Yeah, B Cross is like in the hizzy and she is killing it. We expect her to fully take this down, but Mr. Jake, who also, as Brent told me, won a seat to the WSOP Maine from winning a tournament here at Stones last year, is going to try to stop her.
I think it was 2 WSOPs.
And Craig, who you can also see around every tournament around town, he's also going to try to put a stop to it, and he's running himself up a nice stack. I'm still going with my girl B Cross though.
Paroshan, they are allowed to watch the stream. There are no rules about watching or not watching.
On a delay, so they can't.
I think Leano probably has it on. I think I saw something that looked kind of like us on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on a delay, 25-minute delay.
I just like listen in one ear sometimes, so I can garner information on like important hands that I really needed to know, like what somebody had for that information. I'll listen in with one ear, but that allows me to still like focus my attention on what's going on at the table.
One of the real sort of logistical things about broadcasting poker is really just trying to show as much information as you can without changing the actual game. So the delays and everything make it interesting. That's why we're here with you guys live, and what's happening happened 30 minutes ago. So we have the luxury of looking over there and being like, oh wow, Mark Hamill is now in the tournament, or something like that, which is not actually the case.
It is the Red Bull Pirates.
Yes, I'm telling you, I've never seen Red Bull have this immediate effect.
I am super sensitive to any kind of thing like that. But I'm not actually dancing. I have wings right now, and I'm slowly flying around. I have no chair. I'm just,
Jeff Flops Trips is in a pretty good spot.
Getting silly over here.
Jake is going to bet out 50,000. Oh no, is that 50? No, 30,000. Sorry, those lavender chips are 5Ks. So the black chips are 1Ks. The pink, or not even lavender, because I think lavender is kind of purple. So the pink chips are 5K, and the blacks are 30. Yeah, no real reason for Jeff to raise here. Maybe he'll get an extra bet out of Jake, but Jake is at 58,000, so I don't think Jake is going to fire another bet here. I don't think he will. We'll see.
Vocal Terror, laugh out loud, what? What in the... I don't even know the words to that song.
This is fantastic. I just want to tell you, I mean, obviously you guys know, wow, Jeff can't not, I mean, it's really unfortunate spot for Jake. Maybe thought he was bluffing. He was behind the whole time, and the trips didn't make it easier. Good run, Jake. Kasey's got some parting words for you.
Jake, thank you for coming to play in our tournament here at Stones. We really enjoyed having you.
Jake, thank you so much for coming, Jake.
We really enjoyed
Great run. I'm really excited to see what you do the rest of the Stones live.
I actually wanted to see you battle it out like three-way. You, Craig, and Valerie. I was hoping to see the top three. You did really well.
So 956 for Jake. We got 5 players left, all guaranteed $1,275. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. And every time someone busts, we're gonna have a personalized message from Kasey.
Just don't make me start laughing because
no, it's fine. I'm sorry. I know, but they know we're not laughing.
I'm not laughing at you. I wanted to see you, Jake. I wanted to see you in third.
Muscles by Jake. That's right, dude. Jake's got muscles on muscles. I'll tell you what. It's just Doing some good advertising for Stones out there.
Yeah, something for the ladies. A little something for the ladies.
Because he's rocking that Stones sweater at the WSOP when I saw him. Yeah. Good looking dude, crusher, great guy. Great job, Jake.
You know, I did not
Keep
even
it up.
notice those muscles until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah.
Didn't even see them.
Me neither. Someone in the chat was just like, hey, he's got muscles. Oh, does he?
Oh, wait, let me double check. Wait, no. Sure.
I'm not sure. Hunt.
Like
Yeah.
might go to the gym occasionally.
Craig, Ace Jack. Craig's running pretty hot. He's getting some good hands here. This looks like a 3-betting spot for him with so many chips.
Such a crusher, too. Craig is such a crusher of the tournament. He's going to give B-Cross some real trouble here.
Some real trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of trouble. Little bit of trouble. Anytime you guys run into trouble, I think you know everybody's voice goes up kind of high. A little bit of trouble.
Just a tint bit of trouble.
Whoa. Little bit of trouble. Only a gut shot. Tough spot here for Val, who shoves with only a gut shot.
Oh my gosh, did she shove?
Craig misses completely.
Oh,
Bam!
my girl, talking about my girl.
In 30 minutes, Craig's gonna still think that was a good fold, but he'll realize that he was ahead. That's an important aspect of being a poker player, I think, is that regardless of what the actual truth was, finding a spot and doing the right thing in that spot based on the information you know.
Thank God I had that Red Bull. This was going to be a really bad stream if I did not drink that Red Bull. If you guys want to see how bad this stream would have been, watch the first 5 minutes.
I think that the stream in my ear is on a little bit of a delay because I was hearing myself.
No, I know. That's why I had to take mine out because I was like literally listening to myself talking when I was doing it.
It's okay. I keep this on for all the really important things they try to tell me during the show, like don't give Kasey any more Red Bull. Don't do that high-pitched voice ever again.
I'm one Red Bull over one.
And make sure, yeah. And don't shake the desk. You know what? This desk is so huge that I've been doing this, and I realized that they told me ahead of time. I hope I haven't been rattling the crap out of the microphone. I would have got that in the ear if I did.
You a Truckee.
Pyroshin thinks we should give Kasey some more Red Bull.
If you give me more Red Bull, I will literally just start spinning and just it'll like fly out of here.
Well, there's currently not a roof on the booth, so now if you're ever gonna fly through the roof, now's the time. You get plenty of space up here. Fly all around.
Yeah, there's a certain level where I can still kind of show up normal and talk about the game a little bit and still be a little wacky and crazy. And then there's one more Red Bull where I just like go, we don't know what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. We're not going to talk about poker. So we should just keep it.
Right, we're trying to stay focused.
Keep it at one. Actually, I haven't even finished my one yet. Keep it at the half.
Wow, that's like half, not even half a Red Bull, guys.
I started talking like this after, what's that?
A sip. She drank it, she was just like, wow. That's the sound that happens when you get really pumped. If you guys are not already following, yeah, I don't have bangs, hang on.
If you had bangs. Oh wait, we have a hand. Okay, ace 5, he shoves all in for 186K. V-Cross cannot call. She has
cannot call.
Much meaning.
Kirk
Same hand
also
for Kirk.
cannot call.
Yeah, it'd be all in for him. He cannot call.
Cannot and should not call.
We're down to the big blind who has ace 10 and chips to call. Calling chips. He has calling chips. But you hate it when with against a shove. So.
What? Oh, ace 10. Yeah, ace 10 suited.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to do? He's been pretty conservative. We haven't seen him getting too mixed it up. We haven't seen him mix it up too much.
This is a pretty good hand. But, I mean, you're in this spot where you're calling off 186. You only have 310. Okay, so he's calling off 170. He's going to leave himself, you know, what is that? 140. Sorry, I'm trying to do quick math. Quick math. This game would be better with some Battletoads. Yeah, probably every game would be better with Battletoads, for sure.
What's a Battletoad?
That's an old video game,
Oh.
cartoon type thing. They're like toads from space that fight.
I would like to know what everyone's old school favorite video game is, and I will tell you mine. I'll start with mine, which is Mrs. Pac-Man.
Mrs. Pac-Man. Got it.
Miss Pac-Man, yeah, whatever. I like Mrs. Pac-Man.
Miss or Mrs.? Because I think there were two different ones. Am I wrong?
I don't know, she had a really pretty pink bow, and I liked
I
her.
really liked Legend of Zelda.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get into that one too much. Galaga says what, right?
Galaga's fun. So we got 5 players left here, all guaranteed $1,200. Pretty, that's pretty reasonable. $200 tournament, $1,200 for 5th and up. $1,200 minimum right now, not bad. 57, or is it 5,400 to first?
Asteroids from Seattle Moss. How do you think?
Great question.
No. Okay, how do you think that the dynamic's going to change now that we're down to 5-handed? Is it going to affect the opening ranges of hands here? Because we're going to have only 2 people not in either a blind or button.
Yeah, for sure. I think it will definitely make some spots different. But yeah, you can't really sit back and wait. And you can't, even more so because like the lines are pretty big. They keep on trucking. We're gonna see some shoves because average stack 300K, which is what is that? 20, 24, 25 big blinds. Not a ton of big blinds, but we got some Tech Mobile in the chat. Dragon Slayer, Tron.
Yep. What, Rye? You have 3.
Not in there.
You have 3 favorites. You have 3 favorites. Is Galaga the favorite? I just want to know how many of you guys had the pad with your old Nintendo that you would run on and try to be like the cheetah, like the track game with your old Nintendo.
Well, I was supposed to lock the door. It wasn't locked. Oh, there it goes.
Did you?
No, I thought I did. I think Lance broke in.
10-7, 7-6 for Kirk.
Nope, no he didn't. He just has a key, apparently. It's magical. Alright.
Jack 3 off for Jeff.
Oh, we got the big blind again, Val. This guy.
Brent, what is your Twitter handle?
We're just laughing at Air because Air is funny.
Gem Blue, yeah, that was, we switched seats at the last minute. So my Twitter handle is just Brent Harrington. But, I think Kasey set this up. She's like, I need more followers. Give them to me.
So into followers. It's like I live to have a follow. I know. I only joined Instagram I think a couple of months ago. Or a few, 4 months. I don't know. I was on there, but I was never really on there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we're talking about Twitter anyway. But my handle's the same. I was never really on Twitter either. I just recently got into the social media, and I'm thinking about bouncing out already.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, we'll see. Well, I thought about it, and then I can't really.
Yeah, I might keep Twitter, but I've considered about quitting with the Insta and Snap and all that.
Well, you're not obligated to do stories and Snapchats.
I know.
Oh, okay. Just
I can
you can just have it on your phone.
a troll on there, or alert.
Following, unfollow. Uh-oh.
What? So yeah, I can just be a lurker.
Maybe Gem Blue is trying to follow and then unfollow you so that you can have that dopamine reaction every time you get a new follower.
Let's talk about that dopamine reaction.
Valerie Putting in the chips. The chips. Jack 9 suited from the big blind. I think this is nope, it's just a call. Pretty easy to defend. Not an amazing flop for either player. Jeff could see bet this with the ace of spades, I think. On top of the fact that he was also the initial raiser. So we're at 6,000, 12,000 on the blinds with a 2K ante. 40,000 to Valerie. With no spades here. Pretty sure he's going to find a fold. Not super stoked about it, but yeah. Can't win the tournament on one hand.
True that.
So you gotta hang in there. So it's like Craig's got 40% of the chips in play, and everyone else is in this 20 big blind average, 20 big blind range. Pocket Abe says Tecmo Bowl was his favorite game. I think the very first time I ever played Tecmo Bowl was like in an arcade, not even an arcade, it was at like a baseball card shop. And I ran back the kickoff with Bo Jackson, I believe. It's pretty great. Great moment. Great moments in fake sports.
Ace Queen for V-Cross. She's got a real hand. She's under the gun. Let's see what she chooses to do here. Right now we are
This is what we call the Pinocchio hand. It's a real hand. Real
Is it
hand.
a real hand?
It used to be a wooden hand. Now it's a real hand. Ace Queen offsuit is, you know, it's pretty great. Like five-handed Ace Queen offsuits. Amazing. You know, nine-handed, sometimes Ace Queen offsuit people.
That worked 6,
Bit
12.
wishy-washy. Queen Jack suited on the button. I like that Jeff is definitely calling. Looks like, yeah, that was a call. Call from Jeff. I don't know. It's gonna have a hard time folding unless his hand's just really bad. 3-4 suited. Feels like a pretty easy call. Sometimes you don't necessarily need to do that because you might be too short. If you hit this flop, which you don't really do with this board.
Nobody really does.
Yeah.
Nobody does at all.
Jempu really wanted to play the tournament.
Liano has a gut shot straight draw. He can hit a 6.
He can. He still has
Nobody
that.
has a spade. I mean, he could also hit a 3 or 4, for
True.
that matter.
7 is likely to get Valerie to bet, thinking that maybe Ace High is actually good here, especially Ace Queen. You can be fairly confident that no one has Ace King. So you could imagine they probably would have got all in from whatever position they were in.
You know, I just
If that
see.
were the case.
Yeah. I also I see fear in all of these men's eyes
Wow.
when they look at Valerie. They're afraid.
Well, I think if you've been around Sacramento poker, you probably played against Valerie at some point. There's a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces in Stones all the time. Valerie is definitely one of them. She's in the Midwest for a while, but is back now, or at least for a while, a little bit, just a smidge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they know her.
they hate for me to say it, but I mean, and just in general, like, I think a good female player is being intimidating because, you know, it's a good thing.
A good female player is intimidating.
Yeah, it can be intimidating. It can be a little intimidating.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
You know, like some.
No,
some
I mean,
people,
I think like good players in general could be intimidating, but yeah, I see what you mean.
a little bit extra intimidating.
Really?
I think so. To some.
I don't know.
some
See, like,
people.
I would be like, oh, okay, here's Kasey. She's super intimidating. Then she drinks a Red Bull, and I'm just like, she's
She's probably gonna punt off to me
yeah,
soon.
literally flying away.
Assassin's Bounty coming up Sunday, April 15th. 10 a.m. It's a $25,000 guarantee, includes $100 bounties. So that's going to be a really fun one.
$100 bounties, and you can use the bounties if you like to buy more chips.
Yeah, it's a $300 buy-in for that one, and 10,000 in starting chips with 30-minute levels, which is great. Unlimited re-entries for this first 6 levels. But the cool part about this is that you can trade in your bounties to add big blinds to your stack. So let's say you're getting close to the end and you've racked up quite a few bounties, but you've suddenly, or have a short stack for whatever reason. You can trade those bounties in and suddenly be healthy again and have a chance to actually take down that title, or a better chance. So very nice format. I'm looking forward to that one. And again, that's Sunday, April 15th. What time are we kicking off? 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. on Sunday. Be here at Stone's. Come get some breakfast. Try to win this tournament, but I'm going to win it, so
come try to get second place.
There you go.
Power Shen says with under 20 big blinds, any pocket pair shove pre-flop. Yeah, I think you can make the argument for that, especially since it is five-handed. Jenna White says, it's nice to see Val still in since she busted me. That's true. It's always nice to see the person that busted you win the tournament. That means that you totally would have won the tournament if they didn't bust you. But good to see you in the chat. 9-9 or better. Yeah, I don't know that 2s is necessarily a shove. I guess under 20 bigs, but maybe as you're getting down closer to 10, like 12. But again, these people are gonna. I see the remaining players are gonna be maybe a little tighter than they would. Plus the value of shoving and getting the button, giving yourself a lot wider range to shove when the pot folds to you again. So yeah, I've never played a win the button tournament, so I don't know. Even if I had played one, I would not be a professional in the best practices in terms of what to do when. 20 big blinds is a lot of chips. I feel like you might not want to be shoving first to act with pocket 2s and then just get snapped off, 10s or something like that. But not exactly what you're saying, but okay. Well, you know what? I just inferred that you meant that you were happy that she was still in, so it shows everybody else how great of a poker player you are if you were vanquished by the winner of the tournament.
She's saying, I reached my limit. I think she's saying that wasn't saying that she necessarily would have won if.
Oh no, right. Yeah. But we all know that's not the case. She's just being really humble. We all know she's gonna win if Valerie doesn't bust her. She wins that hand. She got at least like 40K.
No, it didn't. It didn't come in almost.
Kasey mouse dabbing. That's a good potion.
Mouse dabbing.
Let's get the bless yous in the chat.
All right. Thank you.
I can't do this without doing something with my face.
Like, how weird can we get with it? Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna assume how weird it can get. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't get there.
King 9 from Miss B Cross. She's sitting on a 355K, but she raises it up to 41K. She's on the button. She'd like to keep it, but Jeff has the defending hand here.
I like this button. I want to keep it.
Yeah, I think she wants to keep it, and Jeff doesn't want her to have it again because he does not want to see himself back in the big blind.
That's right. So ace deuce of hearts is even more of a defend, and he's going to vigorously defend. It looks like he's going to raise. Pop.
They're calling for me to have more Red Bull. Really.
Terrible idea.
I have to keep it together, okay? After stream, I think me and another commentator girlfriend and another girlfriend may be going dancing, and then I can just load up on all the Red Bulls because it doesn't matter how crazy I get after, but still have to talk about some things.
Yeah, agreed, Parshan. I think the win the button aspect definitely changes a lot of the ICM type stuff we were talking about in the in normal tournament setups. Taryn, yeah, my poker handle is actually at Brent Harrington. But you know what? If you want to follow Kasey, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, don't.
What's up?
Just gonna drink my iced tea quietly and
That's no iced tea in there.
wait for this next hand.
Line
8-16.
8-16K.
Wow, jinx.
Why are you copying? Isn't it like a jinx? Are you supposed to punch the other person?
Whoa. What?
Do you not play that way? Is that not?
No, I don't play punching. Don't play that game.
That's
Not called jinx. That's called punching people. It's not a game.
It's like an Oklahoma thing. Like.
Oh, I guess.
We don't have a lot to do there. We get very bored, so we find reasons
you
to punch
punch?
each other. It's just like an arm punch, just like a friendly, Like I mean, we could do a friendly,
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, Taryn. We switched seats last minute, so both the Twitter handles are Kasey's. I'm Poker Mama.
In case you just
She's
need a
Poker
little more
Mama.
poker mama in your life.
Oops, can't play Assassin's Bounty, need to finish taxes. That's okay because there's another tournament the next day. The Classic Mix Max, Monday, 10 a.m. Skip work. If you have work,
Don't do it.
take the day off. Go win this tournament.
Finish taxes.
Work,
Come
cut out
on.
early and join.
You don't have to have those until April 15th, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be April 15th. The Assassin's Bounty is on April 15th.
Dang it.
It's okay.
They do have extensions.
Sure. I don't know if poker tournament is a good enough reason for extension. But maybe it is.
You know.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Oh, it's the 17th. Wabrai says you can be here for
Boom.
the Assassin's Bounty.
Sunday, April 15th.
Check it
Waprai
out.
is lying to me. Oh,
No,
17th.
but he's saying that you don't have to.
Well, that's
have
true
it
because the
extended to
15th is a
now.
Sunday.
Yeah, you're good.
Good call.
You're
Good
good.
call.
You've got 2 extra days. You can be here.
Just like homework, your taxes will never be due on Sunday.
Procrastination is important. It's an important part of life. Procrastinating.
Yeah, okay. 17th. Well, there you go. But, yeah. So, leaving yourself only a day, maybe not the best. Already got Monday off for the Mix Max. Hey-o. Sweet.
Heyo. Jack 3 for Mr. Craig. Oh, he's gonna lay it down. I just want
A walk.
to see
Val
somebody
gets
just,
another
like,
walk.
get crazy. Yeah, I told you everyone's afraid
Off
of her.
number
It's like,
dues.
check
Shows
me,
the
I've got
Queen
some
5. Queen 5 suited. Suitor, as Valerie might say. Kirk's done
Yes,
6 big
she does like the
blinds.
choo-choo. She like getting all wild. She must have had a little Red Bull.
YouTube.
My friend says she's cute, but that mustache says poker all the way.
That's right.
She is cute.
She alright. You petting me?
Looking good in that t-shirt.
Thanks. I spent $7 on it at Ross several years back.
Shows your curves very nicely.
Wow. Well, that's why I wear it. For the curves.
Anywho,
Yeah.
poker. Queen 9, spades, and it's good enough for a shove
Oh,
from
Liano
Liano.
shoving Queen 9 of spades. I really like Liano's photo. Big smile. Valerie, if you can't tell, it's been cropped. She's actually getting a massage in that photo. So her smile is genuine at the very least because
Kirk did not have
she's
a
getting
smile.
that sweet massage. So this is pretty great too because I think it's like $1 a minute for the massage, which is cheap among poker room
It
massage
is extremely
rates.
cheap, but worth it. No, I should not say cheap. It's what's the better word?
I mean, I'm gonna go with cheap, but I get what you mean.
It's not cheap. It's like less expensive than other rooms because
Did you just say Spanx? I didn't. Did Red Bull Kasey?
I didn't say Spanx.
Okay.
Banks are a very good product, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody should have at least one set. You know.
I'm in the 415, so Stones is a bit of a ride. Can you open an annex in the... I can't. I don't have that authority. But, yeah, it'd be good to see anybody from the chat come on down. I know, are we sure that wasn't a black Red Bull? I feel like it was like a double Red Bull, if that's even possible. Like aged... No, I don't want to smell it. Thank you. I won't be smelling that. Nope. Plus, you have to know, like, you waft, right? You don't just stick it directly under my nose. Nope, not happening. Not happening. Craig's got ace queen. Jeff's got king jack. Jeff opens the 34,000 under the gun. Craig is almost certainly going to 3-bet here. There's a lot of incentive for him to 3-bet, getting the button, no showdown. All of those things are beneficial, but he may call behind. Nope, not calling. Makes it 70,000.
Pretty.
Actually, it might be 100.
I was going to say 70 would be a pretty small 3-bet. So, would like him to choose a little bit larger sizing. Really
Or
put
is
the
that
pressure
80,000?
on.
Can't tell if those are 4 or 5 cents. So we haven't seen what Kirk has, but he looks like he's having a hard time giving it up, so we might have something solid there. Maybe it's some kind of ace-jack situation going on.
Liano with a 9-6. Let's see what Jeff S does. So
He's
the
Jeff
3-bet was only.
I think that was 80. It looks like 80.
That's weird.
I could be wrong. Maybe my eyes deceived me. Let's see. Wasn't sure. From this angle, Valley looks like Krista Miller, Jordan from Scrubs. Is that second Becky? Is that who that is?
Becky?
One of the actresses in Scrubs
Look how full this room is right now.
Becky on Roseanne. She was second Becky.
Oh, I see. Roseanne, which they've just revamped and come out with again.
Right, so maybe there's a third Becky, or second Becky has resumed her role as Becky. Not sure, I haven't watched it.
Annoying. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking about Becky from Full House. Is her name Becky? The annoying neighbor girl? Kimmy, okay. Becky,
Wow,
Kimmy.
Kirk shoves aces, into aces.
Oh no.
Jeff hasn't even looked yet, or he
He only
has
had
looked, but he wants to
70K
show
though.
it to the crowd. Queen Jack is a perfectly reasonable shove with 70,000
Yeah,
chips.
absolutely.
You know, you're not always running into aces, 5-handed, right? It's just a bit of a cooler in this spot with 5 left, but we'll see if Kirk can find some magic. Valerie's King 8 offsuit may call, but maybe there's just no real incentive.
Opium.
Yeah, I think your chips are worth so much right now. At this level, we're down to 5-handed. We have such a direct correlation to money, and we don't want to be giving them up.
Oh!
Yes.
Wow, 2 queens, so many queens.
Wow.
Oh!
How does it go? Like, how does it go down like that?
Valerie's helping.
And you know,
Jeff doesn't look amused.
No, Jeff is just like, I played so well, I play so tight, I wake up with aces, and this guy just...
I played so well
turned
getting
the
aces
30
in that
points.
spot and calling the shove.
Oh, well, I mean, we talked
I
about
know.
being patient.
He has been playing well.
very patient. And so, but you know, it happens. It does happen.
Congratulations, Kirk. We're rooting for you. We're super happy that we're doing it now when people don't bust. Super happy that you're staying with us for another however long.
See, I don't need to do it. You've got it. You've got it covered. I think you can take the next bust out too if you'd like.
Oh no, you're doing it.
All right.
For sure. We might both do it, but you're doing it.
I'm doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it. It's just like all night. It's songs that pop into my head when you say things. Like, my girl.
Got it.
That. Got it.
Yeah.
She's got it. That's not how it goes, right?
I think it's baby she's got it.
Baby, she's got it. See? See? It's just all day. Keep throwing them at me.
All right.
Keep driving with it. Ace Jack for Liano. He's going to make a shove here. He's under the gun. And Queen Jack for Kirk. It worked for him last time, but that was when he shoved. You much prefer to be shoving with Queen Jack than calling a shove. And yeah, and your ranges of calling are very different than your ranges for shoving. So he does lay it down. He also got a lot healthier after that last hand, so he doesn't have to make as light a shoves. Right? His charts changed.
Right. You gotta make them heavy shoves.
Heavy shoves.
Heavy shoves.
What's considered a heavy shove? Ask the stash.
Kings.
Kings.
Heavy shove.
I think anything I'm unsure about, I'm just going to ask the stash.
Sure. Go nuts.
Does the stash give different answers?
No. Does not have a mind of its own.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we are in the midst of our final table of the Win the Button tournament, which means if you win the pot, then the button, which is the person who gets to act last, you get to have the button. So you get to act last, which is very valuable in poker. And we are down to 5 players. We're going to be playing to a winner tonight. And this is just kicking off our Stones Classic, which is 10 great days of poker, usually?
All kinds of days.
9 days of poker.
I think we're going to break after this hand.
Yeah, so also don't forget to go ahead and hit subscribe and like, and you'll always get notified whenever we go live. Right now we're streaming a tournament, but oftentimes it is a cash game. So
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Pretty standard stuff, occasionally on Sundays, but this is a special week.
Yeah, very
So
special.
lots of streams, lots of big-time streamers coming at this stuff.
Yeah, if you're really wanting to learn more about poker, this is the
Break. In case you can't tell, it's break time after this hand, but we still have a hand break.
Somebody's excited about break.
Kirk's got the ace-7 offsuit. I think, it would be a pretty reasonable shove. Does he go all in? He glances at the dealer. He's counting the chips. He's thinking about it. He's gonna fold an ace face up. 1-1.
Oh, of course, V-Cross says good fold.
Tied up. 1-1.
Which means, in poker lingo, they go, thank God you folded, because I did not want to call there.
God you folded.
Did not want to see a call.
Happy. That's right. So we're on a 15-minute break, I believe. 5 players left, all guaranteed at $1,200 and something dollars.
What does first place get?
$5,400 and change.
Very nice.
I believe. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick while
No.
JFK Stones is going to come in here, and Kasey and JFK are going to do a duet of
My girl.
A Whole New World.
Oh, I
Really looking forward to
I
it.
can
Really
do
looking
that. Little Mermaid, my favorite. I really am terrible at singing, but I will have to. What's up?
What's up, Kasey?
How's it going?
Good. What a game.
Yeah. Fun.
Hello, I'm Brent Harrington.
You are. Did you say Brian?
Oh, I said Brent. Brian, Brent, whatever his name is, the guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Does he still have a mustache? I didn't look.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, if you can't miss it, actually.
So
Yeah.
give me your thoughts on the game so far.
I think it's been great. I mean, it's really awesome to see Valerie in the game. Also,
Yeah.
I think the dynamic between Craig and Valerie, because of their positions with each other, and
Yeah.
that's setting up like good battles.
She was kind of complaining a lot. Complaining's the wrong word. Kind of like bending my ear on the side. She's like, since they've been 5-handed, and he's been running so hot.
Yeah.
And so she's just in the big blind over and over and over again. So it's put her in a really tough spot.
Very good point. Yeah, Craig's a great player. He plays so many tournaments. He really knows how to push it. And
And so I mean, I will tell you a little secret about Craig that the viewers don't know. All the players on the table know already. But Craig walked up to me at the beginning of the final table, and he's just kind of on the side. He's like, "Hey, look, I don't chop. So when they ask, just tell them someone doesn't want it." And I'm like, "Well, we don't really keep it a secret. So like, are you like embarrassed? Like you don't want them to know?" He's like, "No. If you gotta tell them, tell them. Like I'm here to play. If they knock me out, they can chop. Otherwise, like we're gonna play as long as I'm here." And then they were just like maybe 30 minutes ago, someone was like, "There's no play left in the tournament. Let's look at the ICM numbers." And he's just like, "No, I already told you." So he's here to play, and Craig's here to play. He's the chip leader, and I mean he's looking like he's in good shape. I really think I hate to do this. I hate to do a prediction, because I'm supposed to stay unbiased and everything, but I'm looking at the way these guys are playing, and it's really tough not to think that this is going to fall either to Craig or Val.
Yeah.
Like, they're controlling the table, they're just dominating, so...
I could not agree with you more. Also, I don't know if everyone knows, but I'm a huge proponent of not chopping, and so I love to hear
this
that.
might come as a shock, but I am too.
Really?
I'm trying to get off of this... I'm like, my face is covered up by this. Here, let's go over. Okay,
we need
right
to
there.
see more of Justin.
I want my beautiful face out there for everyone to see. Hello to everyone in the chat room. What is up, guys? We really appreciate you being here. This is the beginning of the 5-event series, the Stone Spring Classic. This is the Win the Button tournament. I know you thought it was the Assassin's Bounty. I'm so sorry, Kasey.
I'm playing in the Assassin's Bounty, though.
Tomorrow's the Chip Amplifier, which is one of my personal favorites. There's so much value in the Chip Amplifier. For starters, the first 2 levels, 120 buy-in, 10K chips, come in for such a small buy-in and play for a 45K guarantee is huge. And you can see it right there on the screen. Levels 3 and 4, 20K in chips for 220 buy-in, 35K chips for 350 buy-in. Okay. And then, of course, the last level is the 550 buy-in for 60,000 in chips, where you literally can like sit to the table as the chip leader if you buy in at that level. Your favorite on Sunday is the Assassin's Bounty, and Assassin's Bounty is probably among one of my favorite formats. We ran it in the Fall Classic. Justin Hammer was in the booth with Michael Longcar to do the commentary. Go back and watch it if you get a chance. Awesome final table, because there was this guy sitting in seat 1 that had like 10 bounties, and he wouldn't cash them in. And like everyone had cashed their bounties, and like at this point, like the $100 bounty made sense to trade in because the chips you could get were massive, right?
Right.
And he just wouldn't trade his bounties in. And the chat room was just like going nuts, like Justin Hammer and Michael Longcar in the booth. They're just, what is he doing? Like, does he not know? We're like, no, he knows. So he was trying to dodge a tax form. He was literally shooting for second place to dodge the W2G tax forms, and it worked.
What place?
He got second.
He got second.
He was shooting for second, and he actually got second.
That's pretty amazing. Without turning him in, he still got second.
Well, because see, if he had so many that if he had turned them in, he would have been like a dominating chip leader at the table. But he didn't want that. He wanted to be able to go out, like easily go out in second. So he just started shoving once he got heads up. Yeah.
Interesting.
John Duckworth took it down. It was a very exciting final table, though. If you're easily tilted, though, I recommend you don't watch it. And then we're trying something new on Monday. The Classic Mix Max will be 8-handed to start. And then when we close registration, we'll get down to 48 players. Redraw for 6-handed. Redraw for 4-handed at 24 players. And then we're gonna do a heads-up match for the final 8 players.
Fun.
Are you gonna play it?
You know what? If I can find, I usually have my little one, but I want to play in that one so badly that I'm gonna have to find a babysitter.
So Justin Kelly and Andrew Nini doing the commentary on that one, and the previous 2 days is Kevin Martin in the booth.
I think I'm definitely going to. That format absolutely just looks like a blast. I mean, the fewer players you have with you, I mean, the more hands you get to play, the more exciting it is.
You can just drop your babies off at the daycare, right? The Stones daycare? You didn't know about it?
No,
it's because it doesn't exist. That's why she didn't know about it. And then of course I can't forget to mention the main event coming up next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. $450 buy-in. Tons of satellite opportunities coming up this week. You can do a mini satellite. We'll get you in 1 in 10 for $60, or the megas, $110 buy-in. 1 in 5s. And there you got it, the commentator lineup. Jason and Lex will be in the house a week from today. Kevin just texted me tonight, reminded me he's landing in the morning and to send him an Uber. And Andrew will be here on Monday. A couple of really cool firsts coming next Friday. Andrew Nemi and Jason Somerville are going to be doing poker commentary together for the first time ever. Not his first time Stones Live, first time ever. And then on Sunday, 2 days after that, Lex and Jason together for the first time.
Very exciting time.
Cool stuff going on here at Stones Live. And Brent is standing over my shoulder, mean mugging me. So I'm going to give him his seat back. Yeah, he's very scary. All right, thank you for the time. And
great to
guys,
have you.
Enjoy the rest of the final table.
That's right. Give me back my seat, even though he's the boss.
Thank you, Ghost of M.
Oh, hang on one second. Gotta lock
it. We don't want Justin to get back in here.
Can't have Justin breaking back in here.
No, stealing your
cool.
stash thunder.
Oh, good to be back. Couldn't he chop and take second place points? We never hit the end of it if he chopped this tournament unless they give him first place money. Fair enough, yeah. You know, there's a lot of reason to not.
Do you have a little itch there?
No.
No?
I'm looking at this thing and I'm just like, oh, dude, mustache is kind of uneven. Gonna have to do some work on that later. Can't fix it right now.
I see.
I'm just gonna do this for like 5 minutes.
I'm feeling a little wackadoodly.
Yeah. What do you know?
Not me.
Looks like we're coming back from the break, which is really great because we probably would have just been yaing each other for the next 5 minutes.
That's okay. I don't mind yaying you.
Aw, thanks.
You know, babe. So, yeah, we were just talking about Craig, and I don't know, did you catch that? You probably couldn't have caught that because you were in the bathroom. But Justin gave us some pretty interesting information about Craig that all the players already know. Do you want to try and guess what it is? No, you don't want to. Okay, so...
It's his birthday! No?
Oh, so he will not chop. He says he's here to play.
Okay.
And he is not going to chop. And so he's also got quite a few chips. He's been playing really well. And I love it because I am totally opposed to chopping.
Opposed to chopping.
I mean, you do what's best for you, boo. But I think if you really want to, crush a lot of tournaments, you need to be playing. If you want to be raising your level of game, then you should be playing it down.
Well, I think it's less incentive to chop for less money. If that makes, when first is only 5,400, the difference between first and fifth is like $3,700 or something. That's a lot. It's a lot of money, but it's not a ton of money. So chopping is sort of less on the table. I do think you're getting to a point in the tournament though where it's going to be really quick and it's anybody's game. And if you want to take an extra 1,000, I never think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think, and I agree on the stance of sometimes how it can make sense monetarily to chop. However, I just don't think it's a good idea because you're not raising your level of like shorthanded play and like playing heads up. There's super value in actually being in those spots for future tournaments, and if you're really wanting to get a lot better, playing a lot of bigger tournaments, and you want to have that experience of having played three-handed, heads up, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I get what you're saying. I agree in principle. I think there is a point where a tournament gets kind of crapshooty, and at that point, your edge is smaller. You still have an edge. Your push-fold kind of knowledge edge. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, heads up would be really great if you're both playing like super deep and you get a chance to play heads up. I think by the time we get heads up in this situation, Craig may have all the chips. Also, it's going to be a little bit in the future.
Valerie may have all the chips.
Yeah. Valerie may have all the chips.
Yeah.
AKA Craig, who has all the chips right now. Now we'll see. You know what? We'll find out.
Yeah. Well, Cody Moose says, "Fear the mama." Great stash.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And so also another thing that Mr. JFK Stones was letting us know was that Val has been a little bit frustrated at the fact that Craig has been running really hot, and he happens to be, you know, in the button whenever she's in the big blind, and so she's been having to pay the blinds over and over again because Craig's been winning so many pots.
And it's
And
a tough
she's
spot.
feeling frustrated about that.
It's a downside of playing the Win the Button tournament for sure.
Well, yeah, and also so much of the Win the Button your game can determine on who gets sat 2 seats to your right, you know? So, you know, so much of it can, if you get like a super nitty player 2 seats to your right, that's great for you, you know? If you have an aggressive player that really knows what they're doing, it can be a tough spot.
Maybe some really next level way to deal with a Win the Button tournament is you're now incentivized to keep players in certain seats and not take shots to bust those players, you know, in order to try to prolong the amount of time you have.
That is some next
free from,
level thinking.
Yeah, we'll see.
That
I mean,
is
now
some
it's
real next level.
but it'd be great for Val if it might incentivize her to call if you know, wait, I keep wanting to call him. What is it? Leon? Leon.
Valerie's all in.
Yeah. Shoving ace jack. I like it. Especially because you need to be shoving over a lot of Craig's opens. He's stronger than he actually needs to be to open.
This.
Yeah, it's a good hand. It's a good hand, 5-handed.
But she has a lot of chips.
It's a big chunk. This would
Huge.
significantly change the course
more
of the
than half of
tournament.
his chips.
If he calls and loses, yeah.
Yeah.
So Val might be more incentivized to have what is his name? I keep wanting to say like Leonis. It's not his name. I've said his name. Leano. There you go. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like brain farting. But it's now like if she gets a spot where she can bust him, then she's not the big blind into Craig's button, but she's still going to be the blind. So
What do you see Craig doing here?
I think Craig's going to fold.
I think Craig's gonna fold too, but he literally hates it. It's like a really tough, weird spot for him.
Even if he thinks he's folding the best hand, he might still fold just because you have a dominating chip position here with so many chips and so many short stacks.
So he has to fold.
And you just said like he's not chopping; he wants to go for the win. You know, in one sense, you can make the argument that going for the win would be calling and trying to bust players, but maintaining this huge lead is very big and important. He's only going to lose out on about 60k chips here. Still has 560. Val is going to be the next biggest stack with about 380 or a little bit under 400. But Craig's still in a good spot. The other thing that sucks about it is if Craig loses, he's actually not in the big blind. So I forgot Kirk is between them, so he's going to be under the gun.
Right.
But that could be like another thing that plays into it. So pretty exciting stuff so far.
Yeah.
We got 5 players left, all guaranteed $1,200, and first is a big little $5,400. You got to get used to coming up next week if you've never watched Jason's stream before. Some of the lingo. So a little pork chop. $5,400. Little pork chop. Yeah. $5,700. Wow. An even bigger
little
pork chop.
Pork
Yeah.
chop. Morsel. A morsel of a pork chop.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be pretty exciting stuff. This is just the beginning. This is like a teaser. This is the trailer. This is great. It's a final table, and yes, it's exciting. Yes, it's awesome. But it's only going to go up from here. Levels on levels on levels. Kevin Martin, Jason Somerville, Andrew Neamy, Lex Veldhouse, the hottest streamer currently, probably the hottest streamer out there right now, at least in terms of poker. He's no ninja, but he'll do. He's poker's ninja.
Who's the poker ninja?
He's poker's ninja. There's a guy who streams
Poker ninja?
that's super popular named Ninja, but he doesn't stream poker. So, all right. So folding to Kirk, Ace 7 small blind. This is gonna be a shove. pretty much always a shove, which I think tells Jeff a lot about where he's at. He's going to need an ace minimum here if he wants to be ahead. Financially, he can't really call Queen 5 suited here. He's only got 150. You wouldn't even call this hand with Craig's stack. Again, you want to maintain that lead as big a lead as you can.
Very good point.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, it's what you do.
Yeah, Ghost of M knows what's up. Little pork chop. I think you are the hottest commentator, Brent. Wow, thanks, Ghost of M.
For that.
You know, I think so too. No, I'm just kidding.
Brent loves Brent.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds like an insult. Brent loves Brent. No.
Brent loves himself.
Brent loves coffee and iced tea. And the sound of the ocean and...
He's like always in the mirror, just like flexing on himself, like,
yeah, no.
look at me. I'm Mr. Harrington. Look at that stack.
Can we show us Craig's stack in big blind instead of percentages? I think the system may be set up to do that, but yeah, it's a fair point. He's got, let's see, we're at 10 and 20K blind. He has 500K, which I think is only like 25, 30 big blinds. Wait, 500K, 25. Why am I bad at math?
Why are you bad at math?
400K is 20 big blinds. 25 big blinds. That's right. 25 big blinds.
There you go. King Jack for V cross. It's a pretty good hand here. 5-handed.
And she's raising.
It's a raising hand. What sizing does she choose? It was 20K to call.
Probably 50,000. Makes it 48.
She made it 48. And Kirk, he has a decision here. To shove or not to shove, that is the question.
That's right. Valerie is really putting Kirk to the test here. We'll see what Kirk's made of. You missed that the other night.
I like that.
Yeah, we were there. Kirk's in a real dilemma. Let's it go.
Oh, he lets go. The ace-9 would have been a pretty decent spot for him, although we do see another 9 was folded.
Pyro Shen, that's the power of phrasing. 20 big blinds versus 38%. Those two numbers sound pretty huge, but you're right. He's only 5 big blinds. Go ahead. I like it. You gotta really just knuckle into it.
What are we doing here, and who does this? Is this like a baseball?
I'm not sure.
What is
That's
that?
right. I've been working on my Harry Carey too. So.
But what kind of accent? What is this?
It's like an announcer, like a hey everybody, welcome.
I don't know how to do a girl one. I just sound like a dude.
Hey, you know what? You've got a good start. You got a good start. All right.
I gotta find my own little niche.
26.
I can't be sounding like.
Pick a voice. What kind of voice do you want?
What's a good female like?
You know what? It's 2018. Females can do whatever voices they want.
Raspy, right? Like I don't even know how to do that either.
Grover has yeah. I don't even know how to do Grover. Do like Kermit the Frog. I can't even do it.
Wait, no, like this is Piggy would be better. How do you do them like this Piggy way?
I don't know. She's screaming all the time. Somebody named Val did just get called, but there's more than one Val in the world. Just saying.
No, nobody called Miss Cross. Isn't there a superhero that's Cross? That's like.
I'm not sure.
Or yeah. Oh wait, yeah. Jean, wait, no, that's Jean Grey. No, that's Jean Grey. There was I know we're in a hand, but after this hand, I would like to know any superhero. Which superhero would you be, and why? Okay, so Kurt with King Queen.
All right.
The call, and he
Kurt
goes for
it.
Great time to do it because V Cross was making a move, and it was not a good time to make this move here with the Jack 6 off because we've got some real hands here. Kirk with the King Queen, Jeff with the 8. They're probably Jeff could probably find a call here too, but he's thinking maybe I let V Cross take out Kirk and I get
ladder up.
Ladder up.
Mem, it's as if Kirk heard you and was like, I'm in. I got King Queen. I'm going nuts.
Yeah. But if he made this call, he would be ahead. Although it's showing Kirk is having a little bit better odds right now, which I'm surprised by because I would actually think
slightly ahead.
I would
slightly
think
ahead with the race.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I think the 8 should be ahead.
He does it! There goes!
What is Valerie?
Three-way all in.
Like,
Valerie can't believe it. She's crushed.
It's about to come either 3 diamonds or like 2 jacks, just like boom.
Pretty amazing.
About to get cray. We are most likely, we're either going to lose one or someone's going to be extremely short stacked. Oh wait, no, I'm too tall. Don't want me to be.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Nope, we're back. Hang on. Damn.
There we go.
Even again. Oh, no diamonds on the flap. Ouch!
But a queen for Kirk.
Kirk has a queen. Congratulations, Kirk.
Oh, and if he could,
And now he has a king to go with
on
it.
the turn, and Valerie is drawing dead.
Wow.
And that will do it. Jeff S is out in 5th, taking home a nice little. We just want to say, Jeff, thank you for playing in our Stones tournament. We really enjoyed having you, and you played great. We're glad to have had you come back.
We're
again.
counting. We're not even 100% sure that Jeff is out.
Oh.
Jeff's out.
Yeah, Jeff's out.
Confirmed.
So, again, thanks for coming and playing our tournament. Going deep, you did awesome.
Keep it up, Jeff.
Enjoyed watching you.
Keep it up.
Look forward to seeing
Keep smiling.
you on future streams.
Congratulations on your $1,275.
Way to fight.
Really great return on a $200 investment.
It was. Wait, how much did he get for 5th?
$1,275.
$1,275. So he made $1,075. Pretty good ROI there.
And
Nice
another
located.
chair is removed from the battlefield. 4 contestants remain.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
It's somebody though.
It's like someone narrating Planet Earth. The wild Valerie has shoved with the Jack and the 6 of diamonds.
Is putting your hand here like help?
No. Just comfortable.
Like if I am.
I'm just like, no.
Help me. I'm like, boy.
No,
Does it?
obviously not. It's very clear that was a mistake.
You know what? It's always great to have someone in the booth who will let you know just
When you
exactly
made
how
a
bad you are.
huge mistake. It's okay. It's pretty much not
That's what we're here to do.
from me.
Let everybody know when they make mistakes.
Win the button.
It is.
Ecliptic
Ecliptic
one.
one.
Winning the
Ecliptic
button.
one.
Yes, that means Kirk has the button with a single big blind, which is a fun thing because I feel like couldn't you make the argument that you always have a small blind and a big blind in the win the button tournament because the button is brand new every time. Maybe he wasn't.
Yeah. That is correct, the Ecliptic.
No, that makes...
If you win the hand, you get the button.
That's right. If you win the hand, you win the button.
True dat.
The aptly named Win the Button tournament. Craig with 2 pair. Can't miss over here, Craig.
That's so nice.
Just to be clear, there's no music happening right now. I just want to point that out.
There is
That's
music
true.
happening.
The music of the soul.
It never stops.
Is this a Stones exclusive? I've never seen that type. No, there are Win the Button tournaments. I've seen at least 2 other ones, but yeah. This is the 3rd time we've run a Win the Button tournament here at Stones. It's a popular format, or at the very least a fun and exciting format. What a turn. Still doesn't really change much because Craig is still ahead. The 10 or 7 doesn't help. The 3 gives him a full house. I don't think Leon's going to bet again with 10-7. And Craig shows him the 6 first. And then the 3. So
Craig is going to be the button again, which is going to put Val back in the big blind again. This is something she has not been all too happy about. Exciting times. Very much so.
Yeah, it's really hard not to glance over there every once in a while and see what's happening. That's kind of why I like the cash games.
Into the future. Can you do that? Can you do that at home? Can you see into the future? Because we can actually see into the future.
Into this future. Let's see.
All futures are
Four-handed,
relative.
every person that is left. It looks like we haven't talked a ton about this. There was 125 players, 20 got paid, $297 is the minimum payment. That means everybody who cashed made about $100 if they put in 1 bullet. About $100 minimum. Not bad for Friday afternoon in Citrus Heights. Craig's got 10-6 offsuit. Looks like he's about to get busy. Get busy raising. Val needs a bust C3 to change the blind structure. Yeah, that's a fair point. For sure. I didn't see what happened. What was the buy-in? $200 buy-in. Tomorrow, the chip amplifier, the buy-in ranges from $120 to $550, depending on when you buy in for the amount of chips. Leano all in with ace-king of diamonds against the 10-6 of Craig. And Craig's thinking about it. 138,000 seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. I don't think Craig is going to call here. Oh wait, I forgot to put my headphones back in. Let's see what's going on. Let's go down to the table. Have a listen.
Alright, players will be starting a brand new 1-2-11 game on table 12 with Tony. 1-2-11 starting on table 12. Right over there by the live stream.
He just said next time you shove on me, I'm going to, what, Insta-call? Is that what he said?
Calling on any two.
Calling on any two.
That would have been a loose call.
1-2-11 brand new table opening on table number 12.
We cross with 12 bigs now.
12 bigs in a dream. Well, I imagine all of the players have dreams. Dreams of 5,700 sweet, sweet dollars finding their way into their pockets. I don't know. Does anyone know the credit score in America affects how you anywhere outside the U.S.? Hot like sauce 82. No idea. I can't imagine it does.
Run up a fat stack and pay with cash.
Although, I mean, it really is sort of like a way for them. Yeah, a place to start sending for. Actually, I'm a credit score expert. No, I'm just kidding. Why would that affect outside the U.S. if this credit score is a U.S. one? I guess it depends on who holds the credit, right? I don't know. I guess we should maybe Google that, perhaps.
Google it.
Google it.
Pocket threes for B cross.
Just a little bit.
She's gonna get a call by Ace King.
Versus Valerie.
Yeah.
He's
so,
got Ace King and she's got pocket threes. See, I was rapping the other day.
and it says that the Ace King is ahead. See,
Whammy.
generally, see, I'm
Perhaps because some of
confused
the
by this.
threes are gone. Now she's way ahead. Bammy. Okay, so just needs to dodge a jack, an ace, or a king, and Valerie's gonna double up through Kirk. Bam. Deuce ball. Valerie doubles.
because that's what we do. We just double, double, double all day. B cross, my girl. I'm planning on her winning this tournament.
Good plan. 60-40 against any unpaired hand that doesn't contain a 10 or a 6. Getting a 2-1, maybe a call there, but then again, I suck at poker. Well, Craig, I feel like has a pretty good grasp of what he's supposed to do, and I believe that it must have been close if he took that long to call. Even with a hand as bad as 10-6. Off to.
Once again, members, we can start a brand new 1-3-1-2.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Like I said, we still have some action here. I just want to make sure you guys know how much we appreciate you showing up, being active in the chat, hanging out, and letting us all know what you think of the show. Follow on Twitch and YouTube if you don't already. You can follow us on Twitter, Stones Live Poker, Instagram, same title, Stones Live Poker, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of them. And come by, check out what we're doing. We're normally here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but this is a special week. We're going to be here tomorrow night with Kevin Martin, winner of Big Brother Canada Season 5, very popular Twitch streamer, handsome guy, great smile, funny, engaging. You're going to love him. If you've never heard or met him before, he's going to be here tomorrow night. Super exciting. He's going to be here Sunday night. And then Andrew Nemi, vlogger extraordinaire, is going to be here starting Monday. And then we're going to round that group out with Jason Somerville and Lex Veldhouse, two of the biggest streamers, currently. Although Jason's not streaming as much lately, but he definitely started it. And Lex is sort of the hottest thing going right now in terms of streaming. All of this is happening all week here at Stones Live.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
I would
Nonconformist
also-
Valerie rocks.
Yeah, Nonconformist was saying, like, in that one hand where he had the 10-6 and he was up against, I don't know, I think Ace King or something.
Ace King of Diamonds.
Yeah, he was 60-40 against any unpaired hand that doesn't contain a 10 or a 6. Getting 2-1 on the money and maybe a call there. Then I suck at poker. So, yeah, lots of things to take into account. He was also the button, which gives him a little extra incentive to try to keep it as well. But he decided to choose a different spot.
King 10 is a little closer for sure. In fact, 172,000 at a 20K big blind is 8 bigs, a little bit more than 8 big blinds. And it's only about 1/4 of Craig's current stack. It looks like he's really thinking about it, not trusting any of this. We started talking about it and watching.
Yeah, Hot Lake Sauce is worried about his girlfriend.
When in doubt, escalate. You know what? For real, I'm pretty sure the only time your credit score affects you is when you want to like loan money, and like I think someone said, I doubt many countries are trying to loan you money. Don't try to join the CIA with a really bad credit score, but you know, I don't think you're going to get barred from any countries just for having a bad credit score.
We got an all-in and a call here. And Craig hits the best of it, but Kirk does land a little piece for the 4-0, and that will seal it up. We now lose Kirk out in fourth. Is that correct? Out in fourth?
Oh, they didn't give me the freaking 8.
Yes. Out in fourth, we are now down to three-handed.
Oh, give him the speech.
Oh, Kirk, we really enjoyed having you here at Stones. Thank you for playing in our Win the Button tournament. You did great. You went deep. You cashed. It was super fun. You played great. We can't wait to see you next time.
So great.
Come
So
back.
great. Way to go, Kirk. I'm trying. This makes it sound sarcastic. I'm being serious.
No, we are being serious. Like, great job. Really enjoyed watching you. So,
Nonconformist, how full is the room? The room is pretty full. I think all but about
super full.
3 tables are packed, running
I would love
all
like,
of the games. Mostly
around.
Kachigam 90 days. We waited.
I don't know if I could actually do that. You would actually be able to see. But
4
it's
players
really
remain.
cool.
We got what is it? Whoa. 4th place. Oh, 3 players remain.
Yeah.
1,700 to Kirk for his
We're down
finish.
to 3.
Top 3, 2,400 guaranteed for the next 3 players. And Val is still in a spot where every time Craig hits the button, the big stack hits the button, she's going to be in the big blind. So she's going to have to get aggro. I think she's got it in her. In fact, I know she's got it in her. Let's see what happens. Action's on Craig. King 9 makes it 50,000.
Fitty.
5-0.
Just a little fitty. Lines just went up.
Oh boy, Valerie with a monster ham. Ace King suited. Pretty great time to get that hand. We'll see what she does here. I don't think she's gonna shove.
I didn't sound like a man when I did it, but
Well, you're doing the deep voice.
I don't know how to not. I don't know how to do it any other way. How can I do that same thing without doing a deep voice? Like you do that same thing.
Valerie goes all in.
Valerie, I can't. You can't do that. Valerie goes, oh yeah.
All right, Valerie's catching up, creeping up on Craig. That's right. She's neck and neck almost. Liano's falling behind with 11 big blinds. 11 big blinds.
Don't leave. We're gonna stop. Okay? Don't leave.
I'm not sure I can stop. This is my voice. This is my actual voice. I'm putting on a show the rest of the time that I'm on the show. This is what I sound like. It's full real.
What? I wasn't saying anything about you.
Yeah. Sure.
You guys
You probably heard that.
what
because
he just did, but he just disrespected my cold pressed vegetable juice. Like as if I hadn't already disrespected it earlier. See if we can try this one more time. How long do you think I can hold it on here? I'd like to know. Like, give me a time.
Under 8 seconds.
Okay. Like riding a bull. I used to want to be a bull rider. I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna ride it.
It's no way it's making it
I'm
beyond
gonna ride it
5
out.
seconds.
I'm riding
You're done.
it out.
Who in the chat thinks it can actually happen? Craig's got
Who's
8-4.
gonna start the timer from the moment that my hand?
We got it all in real quick. Oh, he's got the clubs covered too, so Liano's in bad shape here. Oh, with Queen 10. Still 2 live cards, but the clubs are dead to him.
Seeing this?
Nope, doesn't count.
It's been going on a long time.
King high five. I guess you beat 8 seconds. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, club ball! Jack of clubs.
Can I put my hands down? That is the question.
And no, nope. Craig wins ace high. Liano's gone in 3rd place. And
And we are down to the 2 that we thought it would always get down to.
it was always going to
Poker,
come
all
to this.
is fair in
Valerie
love
and
poker.
Craig.
Craig's gonna go in with a really big chip lead here. Dude, do you see this, Brent? Do you see how long?
It's way longer than 8 seconds.
I'm probably just gonna
so
do this
surprised.
the whole show.
Paroshen says
just
he's
to,
past 20 Mississippi.
just to like show you guys how balanced and zen I really am, even after a sugar-free Red Bull.
Don't sneeze.
I'm just gonna do this the rest of the show. Don't blow any wind towards me, and we should be good. So,
What is Squirches? 25Ks ecliptic. They are the plaques, 25,000. The black chips are 1,000, and
I'm feeling pretty relaxed at this point. I think I can do this for a while now. All right. Yeah. 15,
number one headband says I
30K.
just unsubscribed and subscribed 5 times just to get 5 kisses from Kasey. Fingers crossed. Well, it'll be. She might not be able to do it.
Difficult to do right now, but I didn't see anything pop up saying we got any new subscribes. It must have it beat with the code to know that you unfollowed to refollow.
Can't hack the system.
You have to call all your friends and family and have them subscribe in order to get fresh new kisses.
Oh, Valerie's shaking hands. Uh-oh. Kiss-a-death.
What do you mean? Oh, like battle time? Like it's battle time?
The red chips are not
Game on.
currently in play.
What kind of chip advantage does he have over here? He's got 902.
Not of the chip. 900 to 600.
900 to 6. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's just one flip. It's
Thanks
like-
very much, Hot Like Sauce. Appreciate the kind words.
Thank you.
King 9-9. Pretty good flop for King 8.
You know, I'm just... Are we not even giving any credit to this anymore? It should just become like a normal thing at this point. Kind of like your mustache.
Exactly.
So, King 8 for Craig. He has her dominated here.
Valerie calls. Queen High on this board isn't a bad play. I mean, if he doesn't have a king or an ace, you've got the best non-pair hand. And here, she does have the best non-pair hand. So the ace might actually get her to pop in a little bit more money. Although
Yeah, I'm
he continues
concerned.
to fire, I don't think she's.
Wait, but when she checks again, doesn't he fire most of his range here? And she's got to kind of know that, which almost makes it super difficult for her to continue, but at the same time she wants to, because she knows he's most likely firing all of his range, most of his range. And she does make the call again. 3 on the river. She's gonna check again. And
Oh, that's a good point, Jet. I think there was a thing that we had issue with before. I don't think he has the King of Diamonds. He actually
wait,
probably has
she
a
just won the hand.
Queen of Diamonds.
They just gave her.
We had that same thing before. No.
She had the king.
She had King Days. Whoa.
And he had.
Okay, so the
well,
graphic
he
thing
must
is a
have
little
had-
wonky at the moment.
He must have had a queen of diamonds, right? And she had the king.
It's just a misread because the previous hand didn't clear. There you go. So Valerie wins the hand. Now they are pretty much even. The system is set up to where if you have under 25 big blinds, it shows it in big blinds, and if you have higher than that, it shows it in percentage of chips. But there's only 30K difference between the two players, and yeah, both of them have very real chances to take home the first tournament win of the Stone Spring Classic.
Our software and our cards, it's actually shocking and surprising how good it actually really is. It's very rare that we have those kinds of mix-ups, but they do happen occasionally. But luckily we have great, like Stone's Live Poker in the chat to quickly let us know what
So the
actually
King
went
Deuce
wrong
was
on that
Valerie's hand.
Yeah, exactly. The King Deuce, and he had the Queen of Diamonds. And just a little slight mix up on the graph there, but all good.
Crazy. Yeah, I would say if you had to pick just based off first impressions, obviously I know Valerie more than Craig. I know Valerie's a good player. I would assume she was one of the better players at the table, but based on what we've seen so far, I think that maybe, while there may not be a huge difference between all of them, the two of the better players have definitely come out on top here.
Absolutely. This is kind of how we saw it going all along.
Craig, Jack-9 suited, very, very strong hand,
Yeah.
heads up.
Very, very raisable. The button.
Yeah, I would say that's also a fair statement that Craig has been running pretty good. When they were full final table, he was picking up a lot of big aces, getting the button quite a bit. So Craig is calling and Valerie checks. Ace high flop, 2 diamonds.
Still good.
Check, check. 6 of diamonds.
Changes nothing.
Might give someone more incentive to bet. Lots scarier board.
That's true.
You'd think if Craig had a single diamond or a diamond draw, he might be betting. So Valerie's betting, I think, with confidence that Craig doesn't have a diamond. And if he does have a diamond, it's one single diamond. And it's probably not the ace or the king. I don't know, because I think heads up, any diamond in your hand, you can bet that flop when it checks to you.
The best hand does take it down.
King Moo says V Cross is a solid player, glad to see her in there.
They have exact even stacks right now. It is exactly
Wham.
the same. You don't
Pretty
see that very
awesome.
often.
So let's see, 750,000 at 20 big blinds means they've each got a little bit over 30 bigs. So that's going to give us some play here in the heads up. 57.40 to first, 35.06 to second. That's what the difference is between first and second. So we're talking about a $2,200 difference. Definitely something to play for.
Queen Jack suited for B cross. Very nice hand, heads up. She raises, or she's going to raise 2. Let's see what sizing she's going to choose here.
Aces versus Kings setup needed. That's funny. Funny, there were 2 tournaments I covered while I was in Tulsa. Both ended heads up, where like one guy had aces, the other guy had kings, and that was the final hand of both tournaments.
7 deuce for Craig. He cannot continue.
Yeah, I mean this is a lot different too than. Oh yeah, Valerie forgot it was a win the button tournament. Flicked the button to Craig. Or she did it as a sick needle. How are we still juicing the...
I think that's kind of what she's saying. She's like, I did not do that as a needle. It was an accident. That's what I kind of looked like what she was saying. What are you talking about? I'm wearing a hat. A tall,
Cool hat, Kasey.
hat. It's just a hat, like any other hat. It goes on my head.
All right, 30,000 big money. 3K in. And agreed, having the button over and over again, heads up. It'll be pretty solid.
Oh, almost lost it. Ah, I got it back. See if they had. Oh!
Jenga. Jenga.
Laugh at me.
I said 8 minutes. I don't think that was 8 minutes. So.
That was more than 8 minutes. felt like it.
Oh,
It felt
no
like
way.
an eternity. I could have gone longer if I knew that we were going 8 minutes.
Could have, but didn't. Alright, so I'm
What's
excited
gonna
we're
happen
gonna get
is
some
this next
see
scan.
heads up.
I think Valerie's going to fold at some point during this hand.
I'm not sure you ever fold.
You're not sure you ever fold?
In a win the button tournament, I don't think I'm folding any button.
Ever.
Yeah.
At any point.
Especially if you can limp.
Well, now, when he has a flush draw and a pair, and she has the same pair with a worse kicker. So, this could be interesting.
I mean, your hand has to be pretty bad if you're just going to sacrifice the button heads up.
Yeah, a pair, no, not a sacrifice. I was just saying at some point in the hand.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't saying like pre, but,
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant pre, like never folding pre.
oh, yeah.
8 ball.
So Craig gets the check mark here.
But he doesn't have an amazing hand, so he doesn't know.
If he
And
gives
has
up
the
now,
best.
he gives her a chance to steal this pot right away from him.
What's up, Mac? 230008.
What up, Mackie? Mac? Go ahead and subscribe, Mac, so you can get notified whenever we go live. So hit that subscribe and like button, please, and thank you.
He doesn't feel comfortable with Queen 5 now. You can see it in his face. If she raises, he'll fold.
That's 85.
Val's thinking about it. But there's something to be said for if you have a 7 here, you like know you're raising right away. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. I mean, even if you had a 7 here, like, are you? Yeah, I think you're raising right away. Heads up. Pretty confident.
Aw, thank you, Mac. We're gonna get a subscribe.
Now lets it go.
Good fold. Good fold, Val.
Welcome to the club, Mac. Welcome to the club.
Mac, did he just say he subscribed?
No, he said I subscribed just now. He
Oh,
said
but
it.
it didn't. It has.
I didn't see it.
It hasn't scrolled across yet.
I am a Stones member.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, are they still even popping up now with the new graphics? Whenever we get a subscribe, will it show up here?
I think this is a little bit different setup than the other day, so
Maybe not.
yeah, we'll see. Well, Max, someday maybe you can come to Sacramento.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Where are
the-
you from?
Great
Max,
food.
where do you live?
Great place. Craig Zimping. This is seems to be the agreed upon open. Is a limp on the button. At least so far. I haven't seen too many deviations from that. 10-5 king.
Craig running hot, heads up.
Yeah, flopping a pair. It looks like it's gonna go check from Valerie.
Mac, you live in Sac.
30 from Craig.
You can come on down to Stones and meet us anytime, especially over the next like 10 days. We have our big tournament going on. Excuse me. Our Stones Classics. We've got like a lot of stuff going on. Really exciting. We're going to be streaming almost every day. Come check us out. Got like amazing food and drinks. It's always a good time.
That's right. Bam. 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 I'm noticing that
Dan?
I'm never looking directly.
I also am never looking up at the counters because I'm always end up looking here, right?
Yeah.
I need to be looking here.
Hey guys.
No, there. What's up?
Does this make you uncomfortable? No, just kidding. We're back to the edge.
No, we're not. We're not.
Not yet. Craig King. Don't blink.
Thank you.
Staring
Let's
contest.
see.
You and me, go. I'm gonna lose. I already want to blink. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Stones needs a hotel. You know, come purchase the parking lot, build a hotel, and bam. $1 million idea. Can I come in the booth with you guys and say hi? Mac, I don't you can always try out. We have to lock the door now because of several really terrible booth incidents. So I'm not sure. Maybe you'll have to request permission from JFK Stones, and maybe he'll let you in. Or you can audition and become a regular
Yeah, there you go.
host. So
We're not letting you in the booth.
two
Sorry.
options. Whoa.
I'm just kidding. We are, depending.
Whoa.
Maybe. I don't know.
We're not
Same.
letting you in and not letting you in.
We don't know what we're doing.
8 of spades on the turn.
If you're like a really big poker player, you have a good shot. Or just a jive personality, right? You're very
Who wins?
jivey. Who win? Who win?
That's true. You
It's a
can
clever
stand
pause.
around.
We do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really strict audition process where people throw things at you and everything.
Yes, I went through a lot of hazing.
Nah,
To
we
get
don't
this
haze.
position.
Hazing's illegal.
Yeah, we don't haze and talk about it.
No, we don't haze.
I know, I'm
Here.
kidding. I'm just kidding. We
Here.
don't haze.
Guys, we don't haze.
We don't haze.
We mean no. That's right. We all give each other tattoos. Here comes a what? Let's see. Well, we are down to the final 2 players of the 15K guarantee win the button tournament. This is the 3rd win the button tournament at the Stones property. It's very fun format. People enjoy it. 125 entries. These are the final 2, playing for 57.40 to first and 35 something to second.
It was always going to be this way, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, maybe. But yeah, we've had some great players, good times. We still have some action here, obviously, heads up. But this is just the beginning of the Stones Spring Classic, 250K in guarantees. This is a
guy
small,
that
like,
poker
nice
room
little
that looks
kickoff
just
tournament.
like Jamie Gold.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you can't see his face right now, but he's in the second table over, C8, middle section, C8. He's got the black hat. When he sits back, he looks just like Jamie Gold.
Take your word.
No, you gotta check it out. Okay, so an ace for B cross, and a 9, and so top pair for B, bottom pair for Craig. He's the only one with a spade in his hand, so he's got backdoor spade draw. But yeah, B cross definitely way out in front here. But anytime you flop a pair in heads up play, you're feeling pretty good about it. So, you know, it's not that likely to happen that often. So
I think a pair and backdoor spades seems like a call is definitely
In order.
easy call.
yeah.
Heads up, a pair and backdoor spades. Oh, looks like we're gonna get
He's
a
gonna get it. He's gonna get
consider
it.
the booth. Oh, whoa, oh, almost dropped it. I just got elbowed.
I was gonna let. I was
Violence
planning
in the
on
booth.
tackling you because I wanted this. This is what you can do if you come on down. You can throw in paper airplanes to us.
Don't encourage me.
And
Don't encourage people to throw things into the booth.
they will. Oh!
Oh
I'm
boy.
medic.
We've got
medic.
several millions of dollars of equipment in the back, otherwise I would repercuss. No, not slipped, it slipped. Pay me your pizza and beer. Valerie takes this pot down.
I know, but you don't know. But I know.
I don't know.
But you don't know.
Share that with us later.
I know what you don't know. I know what you don't know.
We're 2 hours into Red Bull experiment.
It's still
So far,
working.
the subject has shown propensity for terrible jokes and a lot of energy. She balanced a bottle of juice on her head for about 8 minutes. We may have to postpone the test in the sake of physical safety and public health interests.
Oh my goodness. Brent came to show up tonight. He showed up for the booth tonight. I think we had like 140 total players, 125.
125, yeah, sorry, Mac.
125.
I didn't see that question. 125 players entered. Two
And
remain.
Very hard to tell, but we have 2 left. That's another one for you.
Got it. Alright, Jack 6, Valerie,
Another
that's a
Valerie.
pair.
Throwing the
Valerie's running
results
pretty
right
good.
at you guys. I'm gonna throw these results at you. You don't know what they are, but they're coming right at you. Did you get that?
Wow, so someone's gonna have to pick that up later.
It's not me.
And they're throwing the bottles at me. What the F?
Okay. We have a hand here. No, we don't. It's over.
Valerie stealing ahead.
Because I told you that Valerie was going to win, and you, even though you're friends with Valerie, you still chose Craig, and now you're going to have to eat those words.
Eat those words.
You're going to have to eat those words. This is just the beginning of the hazing. Because I talked about the hazing, they're going to take you to the dungeon later.
The Stones Dungeon, that's right.
Because you're never allowed to talk about the hazing that you received. I'm really just kidding. They don't do hazing. Ever.
Overtime. Hey, Seattle Moss, we go until the tournament is over. And the table is then empty.
Yes.
King 5, Valerie is limping. Aces for Craig. Wow, aces for Craig. When's the next time you stream Omaha? I think we average one Omaha stream a month. Oh, overtime Vegas 1-1. Wow. All right, you two, wrap this up so I can catch the overtime game.
I know what happens.
Craig's just gonna flat.
Do you know what happens? Because I do. Do you?
No, I don't.
I do.
Yeah, I can
Do you
tell.
want to know?
No, that's fine. Tell us later.
I know you want to know, and I'm not going to tell you.
No, I don't want to. I don't care. I want it to unfold in front of me with the rest of the crowd. 3 of hearts. There's no action.
It adds 3 hearts to the board.
Nice safe flop to fold King 5. Yeah, Craig's really underselling the strength of his hand here, but I don't think this is a board that Valerie is ever going to continue on. It's just going to, he's got to bet at some point to try to get something. I think he's less likely to get a call on the turn than he would be on the flop, but who knows? This is not a great flop. Wow. I don't think Valerie's going to call this 140,000. That's about half the pot. I guess Valerie's going to call, assuming that King High is good a fair bit of the time here, especially with that paired board. She's correctly assuming that he doesn't have a pair that pairs with that board.
Well, and just the way the story has come out, it just really doesn't look like he has much. It looks like he's trying to rep that he has the flush suddenly, but he hadn't started telling that story early on. So the way the hand played out, so she's just saying, oh, he's trying to rep it here, and I know he doesn't have it. Well, he doesn't have the flush, but he has the set of aces on the river.
He's hoping that she might have a tough call with a heart in her hand.
She is all in.
But she's not going to be continuing. Ace is full. Yeah. Well, even then, like, I don't think Valerie is going to assume Craig had aces there based on how it played out, unless he played it so passively that, like, when he finally shoves, when the ace gets there, maybe it made it look like aces. I don't know. I don't think she thinks he had aces, but she had no piece of that board. He might have gotten paid if she had a big heart there, like a big card that was of hearts. So Craig takes the lead now. So the lead is just going to keep shifting between these hands. I don't know that I like the call with the king, king high there. But, you know, you never know. I mean, you can't fold all the time. In she said in a few hands if she checked, she would.
If he checked river, she would have pushed, and our tournament would
Yeah,
have been over.
well, there you go. So she's calling the turn with the idea that she's going to shove
The river, if you
the
check.
river. And that was definitely a river that she could have shoved and gotten a lot of hands to fold. On the flop, I'm pretty sure it went check-check, so that's how they got to that point. I think it went check-check. But yeah, pretty fun hand. Valerie wins this one with pocket sixes, and you know, only 100,000 behind. So I mean, at this point, the chip leader idea is sort of irrelevant, just because it changes so often between hands. But currently, Craig has Valerie covered. Oh, there she tells him.
Oh, sick burn. He's like, dang. Could've won
Yeah,
right
but the
there.
last thing you want too is to like check aces full and have it check behind, and they have like a flush, and then maybe you could have gotten some money.
But
there.
he shoved there, so yeah,
Right, shove, yeah.
unlikely, yeah. So King 10 for V cross, definitely good hand for a raise, or her to put in a raise here.
Mac, let's
She
go.
raised to 80K, and with the 3-4, he lets it go.
Craig, let's go. How much was the buy-in to this tourney? $200. $200 buy-in, 15K guaranteed.
It surely was.
Are we, do we know if we're taking a full break or just a long enough break for them to color up the black chips?
Actually, I think. Hold on. Let me. Right there.
Oh, you threw it over there. You threw it over there.
Get out of here.
I can't believe this. This is what happens when you just throw things. Ow. Jeez.
We might have some information for you guys.
Okay. Bam.
Bam, bam, bang,
Kasey
bang.
threw the paper. Didn't even tell you. So we're actually not going to a break. The tournament is actually over. And despite saying earlier that he wasn't going to chop, an even chop for 46-23, which I think actually works out really great for both players. The law, I don't know, I thought I was moving out of the way of the thing. Anyway, yes. You know what? Maybe he just assumed Valerie was such a tough competitor.
That's what I'm saying.
Even
Okay.
chop though, I think that there's a lot. They're playing for
Powerful.
2,200 difference, so you just lose out on 800. You make an extra 1,400 than you would have if you had
got
gotten second.
Right.
Just getting 1,400 bucks because you got to this point, I think it's perfectly fine. I mean,
No, it's not.
yeah, I mean, I think it's fine.
No.
It's okay to be passionate about not chopping, but I think it was not a bad. ICM chops, but like you're 100K ahead, and the chips go back and forth so quickly. I kind of am not really super.
What if you're one to play in that high roller bowl at some point? Are they going to chop when it goes to heads up?
Those guys all have pieces of each other, and
I'm just
they
saying.
probably do chop, and then
Like,
they play for
behind
the
the scenes,
trophy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
When you're
anyway,
playing
I'm
for
not a
5
big
million.
fan of chops, but I do like that he wouldn't chop till I got down to heads up. two incredible, because they are both great players. It really is just in this scenario.
Oh, so you're coming around to the chop, huh? Coming around to the chop.
I hate the chop. I hate chops in general, but I don't think it's a bad spot to chop in this place. I just like to see it played out. But yes, the edges are so marginal. They're both such great players. It's really going to be who's running good and hitting the right cards, because they're both great players. So
the ecliptic one, no, she was talking about the Super High Roller Bowl, like the 300K buy-in. Those guys, I mean, not all of them, but sometimes they have pieces of each other. I know a couple years ago there was the heads-up match between Fader and Rayner. They definitely they were swapping or something. They both made a bunch of money. Anyway, this has been the Win the Button tournament. This is the kickoff of the Spring Classic, the Stones 250K guaranteed Spring Classic. Tomorrow night we're going to be right back at it with Kevin Martin. He's right there in the picture wearing that sweet vest. And on the Chip Amplifier tournament, that's going to be tomorrow night. But this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, then Sunday, Valerie is going to be in here in the booth with Kevin.
Tuesday, I'm going to be in the
Tuesday
booth
with Andrew
Mr.
Neamy.
Andrew
I mean,
Neamy.
I just want to test that. Like, they just keep bouncing and around. I love it. Assassin's Bounty.
And then Wednesday,
Chip Amplifier.
Wednesday, all those big names are going to be.
Yeah.
And Wednesday, all those big guys, all the vloggers are going to be in the game, and I'm going to be in the booth commentating with them. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be in the booth with me.
It's going to be nuts.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be great.
Thank you so much for
Fantastic
joining us.
Stuff.
It was so fun doing the show with you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Red Bull.
And thank you guys for showing up in the chat.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.